wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time
Oh man, we got a lot of stuff today. We got 2 Nick Shirley videos. We're probably not going to watch both of them, but we got 2 of them. We're going to watch one today and most likely one tomorrow. We got new Asmongold reaction stuff, so we got new people we can react to as well. Ooh, let's go. A lot of gaming news. Why is my mouse not working? Okay, there it goes. That was weird. A lot of good stuff today, actually. We actually have gaming stuff today? What? What? It's a miracle, guys. Oh, another beautiful morning. Another beautiful morning. I don't know why I'm so far down on this playlist. This is PlayStation. Why am I on PlayStation? Where is IGN? This isn't IGN, is it? No, it's not. Where's IGN? Well, I was literally just on IGN, bro. I'm actually getting really frustrated with this damn site now at this point. Like, I was just on IGN. I even saw the lo-fi thing. Or was that actually PlayStation? It was PlayStation. Damn it, PlayStation. Where's it at? There it is. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, let's get it. What do we got? What do we got today? Ooh, this looks fun. Endless Ledges to... Oh, this an update. That's an update. I don't care about that. We got a review. We do have a review. An actual review from IGN. It's been a while. It's been a while since IGN's done a review, huh, guys? What is this? There's no gameplay in this. I don't care. If there's no gameplay, I don't care. Looks like crap. A lot of people did not like the Halo campaign Evolved. It doesn't get much more like old school Halo than this, other than the fact that they did make it a little woke. I'm not gonna lie about that, that's for sure, but I did say I'd play it on stream, and I played it on stream. I didn't say I'd finish it. We might do Power World next weekend.
The U.S. Army is saying one of its biggest
A good puzzle, you
Morning,
understand all of the steps needed to accomplish it before you do it. You know what the problem is before the solution, and the journey of discovering it is what makes it rewarding.
What differentiates the Tomb Raider puzzle is the archaeological aspect, like those things.
More in a little bit.
Pay attention to things. We will not point out with a flashing icon something that
Don't care. This game just doesn't look good to me. I'm sorry, like, they should have just kept it to the cartoon mechanics or the anime style looking gameplay. They could have done it, but they instead decided to do this, and it just doesn't look right to me. I don't know how good this game will be. If the gameplay is good enough, people will play it.
人類は思い出した。奴らに支配されていた。
A lot of people said Attack on Titan was really good.
鳥かごの中に囚われていた屈辱を。ここにいると思ったよ。ん？表情が硬いな。そんな顔で新兵の前に出るつもり？
進軍経路の構築、いわば調査兵団の石膏役だ。やってくれるな。
成長した君ならきっと務まるはずだ。力を貸してくれ。
この辺りガキの頃によく足を伸ばしてました。くそ。てめえの事情が効いている。だがそいつに付き合わされて死ぬ奴がいたらどう浴びる？
この先も共に頑張っていこう。人類勝利につなぐ。
Play, come on. Everybody pause it.
こんな日が続け。
パラディ島勢力へ宣戦布告を。
私たちの力で
手をつけ。あとは託してみんなで一緒にたどり着くんだ。エレン。
すべてはこの先にある。
I don't know why it just looks like shit. It looks like crap, bro. It looks so bad. I don't know. It's either going to be a really, really phenomenal game or it's going to be crap. It looks so bad. I don't know. Man, I have never been so torn with a game before. Like, I am really torn.
Round swimming pool, Beast of Reincarnation is one of those things that feels like it should be great in theory, but leaves something to be desired once you actually spend time in it. On a surface level, everything from the aesthetics and otherworldly apocalyptic setting to the battles against giant diseased creatures has the makings of something really special.
This looks a lot like Stellar Blade.
In practice, though, this awesome collection of ideas only rarely approaches realizing that potential, as nearly every aspect proves to be quite shallow.
Surely this isn't a game that's got a ton of ideas in it. I don't know.
Combat against both minion enemies and bosses alike.
I think that this game was being produced right at the end of, like, the big Souls-like franchise boom, which, by the way, was completely flooded by all these developers trying to make these Souls-likes, and they just didn't get it done in time. And I think this
is extremely.
They didn't get it done in time, and then whenever they made it, they were expecting it to not take as long, and then it took too long. So now the game's probably not even doesn't feel finished.
On note, the story succeeds much more at collecting tropes than evoking any kind of emotion, and there's an over-reliance on indistinguishable areas and enemies throughout the adventure. There's still a decent action RPG in here somewhere, because when it occasionally does shine with a neat wrinkle in the story or a particularly cool fight sequence, it's very easy to see how this could have been every bit as awesome as it is at first glance. But highlights like those are certainly the exception to an action game that's largely just okay. Combining elements of a Souls-like with a more traditional JRPG, this fast-paced action game feels like what you might end up with if you tried to combine Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Across the roughly 35-hour campaign, you'll split your time between exploring levels of ruined buildings reclaimed by wildlife, parrying and dodging intense combat encounters, and learning about the convoluted backstory of the world and characters that surround your protagonist Emma. There's loads of potential in that formula, and in its best moments, Beast of Reincarnation is...
Man, that animation looks rough though, boy.
There's loads of potential.
Yo,
in that
look at the way it's
formula.
walking,
and in its best
bro.
Moments, Beast of Reincarnation is both beautiful to look at and incredibly badass, as your katana-wielding elemental mage absolutely overloads the screen with over-the-top melee attacks.
Why are there robots? I thought this was supposed to be like some kind of elemental thing, right? Or nature and stuff like that, but why is there robots?
Lightning and fire flying every which way to complement the artful swordsmanship.
I don't remember ever seeing robots in any of the trailers. Maybe I missed it?
That potential is only realized every once in a while, though.
Well, maybe I saw the standard mobs and it just didn't register that they were robots.
As you'll spend a lot of your time fighting the same handful of enemies far too often. I
was too busy looking at how the actual gameplay is.
Encounters without much friction due to the incredibly forgiving
They look like trees, bro. I don't know. No, they look like trees. But they're robots, I guess.
Every opponent you come across, owing to the fact that they all have just 2 or 3 attacks, they repeat ad nauseum. Conceptually, ninja dueling your way through this beautiful destroyed world and its massive monsters should be sick as hell, but it only takes a couple hours for it to all feel quite skin deep. Like how in its opening chapter, you're forced to fight the same giant elk boss multiple times, as it assails you with the one attack it seems to know over and over again in a fight that lasts much longer than it should. There are still plenty of memorable moments.
I can't stand it whenever you have a boss that the only thing that makes it hard is the fact that it has a health bar that's 600,000 and you have a health bar that's 10, right? You have 10 those little stacked bricks, and then the boss has fucking 20 of them, and you're just why does this need to be as bad? Kazan, the first Berserker, was that way. It just felt like the boss fights would never end. You would fight and 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 die, and then you'd have to start it all over again, and it's dude, no, I'm good, man.
moments that sprout up every now and then, like one level where you're scaling the inside of a creepy rotating cube machine and fighting against the forgotten experiments left in the creepy structure. But most of your time will be spent in forgettable regions filled with the same robotic baddies, concluding in a boss fight against a creature you've already seen, and is in many cases just a larger version of an existing bestial enemy. One aspect of combat that fares much better is the addition of Ku, your dire wolf companion who battles alongside you with an arsenal of increasingly destructive magical abilities. Ku mostly does his own thing, but his behaviors and abilities can be customized and upgraded as you go. And it's important to build him up accordingly, since he becomes a vital part of getting through some of the larger combat sequences much faster. He can also be controlled directly as you pause time to select a special ability for him to use, Final Fantasy VII Remake style. You can even command him to assassinate enemies on your behalf, which really helps speed up some of those repetitive combat encounters and can burn through large chunks of a boss's health bar.
That was the one thing that I despised with Assassin's Creed. Every time you kill an enemy, no matter where it's at, leads to an assassination, right? Like it's a over-the-top slice of the head, or he's gonna stab and impale them up into the air. I'm gonna sit here and cut their arm or something weird where your animation lock, bro. Every single enemy. Every last one. And it's like, dude, come on, bro.
Well, plus, Ku is inexplicably one of the strongest characters, despite being a four-legged pooch with no dialogue. His high energy and unusually expressive face serves as a counterweight to the robotic mannerisms of the majority of the bipedal cast. Despite Ku's best efforts though, the paper-thin depth of Beast of Reincarnation only grows the longer you play. Exploring the mostly linear regions is beautiful and features some truly awesome music, but after just 2 levels, I already felt overly familiar with the extremely monotonous checklist of loot to collect and campsites to unlock before fighting the boss, almost always twice for some reason, then moving on to do it all again. That formula doesn't evolve as you progress through levels either, as you only ever unlock new abilities to help you power through combat, while exploring and platforming never gains any new tricks. Meanwhile, most of the combat pits you against sword-wielding automatons who have maybe 1 or 2 different attacks between them, which means you'll be parrying and countering the same set of telegraphed attacks a dozen times in a single encounter. Even things like the music, which again is quite good, becomes stale as you quickly discover they've got one whole song playing on a loop for more than 10 hours worth of levels. Emma, on the other hand, gains access to a bunch of passive abilities that buff her generally, and a bunch of special arts that unlock new moves and attack combos in combat. Most of the stuff does very little to make fighting feel better, as you're still going up against enemies that just spam the same attacks for you to parry before countering with an attack of your own. They do help those fights go by much quicker, however, and eventually you'll be able to take out a handful of enemies all at once with some seriously cool-looking attacks. RPG mechanics don't fare much better, as the shallow upgrades available for upgrading your katanas, ranged weapons, and accessories are fairly limited. For example, you'll find new katanas on a regular basis, but even by the end of the story, you won't come across any that are definitively better or have incentives to support a specific playstyle than those you found early on. So you have little motivation.
Let me guess. And then to boot, there's like 700 of them, right? There's like 700 swords and none of them are better than the last one you used.
To upgrade them, except to diversify the special effects and status ailments various weapons offer.
Like what?
Skill trees, on the other hand, fare much better, as Ku unlocks a whole host of abilities that blast enemies with tons of high DPS spells and layer on status effects that do things like bind an enemy in place with magical plant vines.
I mean, that's kind of cool. Especially in a Souls-like game, being able to bind enemies in place can mean the difference between winning and losing for most of the game.
Fights are especially disappointing because they feel like they should be the major draw here, but instead only serve to magnify combat shortcomings, quite literally, as you fight a massive beast whose imposing presence is wasted on them being incredibly thoughtless adversaries who often repeat the same slow-moving attack 20 times in a row. Bizarrely, you're usually made to fight these creatures once partway through a level, only to face them again with 0 changes at the level's conclusion, before they transform into an even cooler looking final phase that attacks with an almost identical moveset. Worse yet, in the second half of the adventure, it seems to straight up run out of ideas as it starts sending repeat bosses at you.
Really?
All of these fights are followed
So you mean to tell me towards the end of the game you just get like the same bosses you fought at the beginning? Really? There's no way. There have to be side bosses, right? There's no way in the main campaign they're literally reusing boss assets towards the end of the game. I just don't believe that. A lot of these games don't know when to end either. Have any of y'all noticed that with a lot of the newer games? They try every mechanic in the book to try and make you stay on the game longer than you need to. Infamous is a great, well-balanced game where you're basically just dropped into a city and there's a shitload of unlockables, right? But you never feel like you are being, what's the word? It doesn't feel like the game is prolonging its playtime through mechanics that feel repetitive. Like, maybe like picking up the side stuff feels repetitive, sure, but there's not 1,000 different gems that you have to get. Like, it's the worst feeling in the world when you pick up an item and then it's like 1 out of like 200 of the item or 1 out of 100, and you're just like, oh my god, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, come on, guys. Believe it or not, Grand Theft Auto has that. But it's a little different. Because in, I believe it's Grand Theft Auto Liberties. It's not Liberty City Stories. Is it Liberty City Stories? I think it might be Liberty City Stories. You go around and you pick up a little hand that's like floating like this. It's a white glove hand. And then whenever you get it, it unlocks a weapon that you can just go home and grab, right? It unlocks a weapon that every couple, like, so often it resets and it'll give you another weapon at your, like, safe house. So it's kind of fun. But a lot of the game mechanics that are like, well, if you want that extra 25% health, you're going to have to spend at least 5 hours trying to get all of this item, and it's like, dude, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why can't you just make it like a purchasable upgrade?
The same
not like real money, but like
out, then waking up in a bed certainly don't help, making story progress fall into a predictable cadence. Like any RPG worth its salt, a lot of the focus here is on the story, complete with cutscenes so lengthy, you'll want to remember to flick that joystick every so often to keep your screen lit up.
It has branched. This is what becomes of a blighted body.
As an emotionless warrior who also has amnesia, because of course you do, you'll go around hunting down the aforementioned giant blighted beasts alongside Ku, so you can stop the end of the world. As is the case with lots of things in Beast of Reincarnation, that idea is much stronger than the execution, as Emma in the apocalyptic setting that gives rise to such conflict is poised to deliver a tale filled with interesting mysteries to unravel. Instead, Emma and her companions come with lifeless performances as they tell a story with every single genre trope in the book, including a quiet hero who has been chosen by prophecy, a heavy-handed nature versus human/technology theme, a Force ghost little girl who isn't actually there, and an amnesiac character who at one point is stricken with a second dose of amnesia, so she remembers even less than before.
Were those his memories?
Yes, really.
Yo, what?
Really. None of that would be a deal breaker for me, were it not.
Oh, she need to stop fighting things if every time she gets bonked on the head, she forgets everything.
For the fact that the execution of this trope-filled story isn't delivered with the kind of punch that can make up for it. It's on the weaker side, with consistently weak dialogue and reveals I saw coming from about 10 miles away. If you've played a JRPG in the last 20 years, there's nothing about this story that hasn't been done better in numerous other games. And if you're expecting the quality to be near the level of something like Xenoblade Chronicles, you're almost certainly going to be disappointed. It's especially weird.
If you looked at this game and you thought it was going to be like Xenoblade Chronicles, bro, you're cooked in the fucking head. I'll say it. You're stupid. You're a dumbass. This doesn't look anything like Xenoblade Chronicles. Are you dumb? Holy God. You have to be some kind of copeland. What are you from, like, dude? Oh my God, that just triggered me. Oh my God.
Most of the characters
oh my God,
are.
IGN, you need to get rid of this guy. Oh my God, this guy needs a vacation.
They rarely show emotion, sometimes with in-universe reasons, not that justification makes it more interesting to watch. The robotic animations, lifeless eyes, and long silences in
This looks more like Stellar Blade than it does, dude, Xenoblade Chronicle. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I can't, oh my God. What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with them? This doesn't look anything like that! Fucking God! Oh my God, these people. This one. No, no, no! That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. It looks like Stellar Blade.
Needs to be dodged.
Looks like Stellar Blade, dumbass.
A blue flash signals an attack that you can blink past by holding forward and dodging through.
Jesus, fuck! Oh my God, dude.
Dialogue.
I'm actually triggered right now. I can't.
Found family.
Dude, you just wasted my time. I don't even believe anything he's saying now. I don't care. Bro, you might as well just told me the goddamn earth was flat. You're so goddamn stupid, you're trying to compare.
Pretty hard to sit through most of the time. And they do that thing where they show a washed out flashback to something that literally happened less than 5 minutes ago, which drives me up the wall way more than it should.
Yes.
These are the people that we're supposed to be putting the fate of our future games into. It's a good thing they're a bunch of sellouts.
I understand.
Man.
Also, this isn't really a specific pain point, but I feel obligated to mention just how much of the dialogue is taken up by characters talking about food and the eating of it. It'd make sense if it was woven in thematically, but it's not. And I'm not sure if the writers were just super hungry when they wrote this or what, but it's pretty bizarre.
Well, your cooking is better than what I had in Oguchi.
Beast of Reincarnation has an interesting apocalyptic setting, an extremely memorable wolf companion, and an action-packed beast-battling premise that is instantly very cool. But its execution falls short of its promising ideas more often than not. The story is a bland, cliché-filled tale, better told by other games in the genre. Combat quickly grows stale due to a lack of enemy variety and the predictable attack patterns that undermine what makes action RPG combat thrive. And boss fights end up being quite disappointing despite looking badass as all get out. There's still plenty to like about Beast of Reincarnation though, especially the direwolf himself, who is actually exactly as awesome as he looks. Plus some memorable levels to explore and creatures to fight every now and again. But those blooming flowers can be hard to spot among the weeds.
I don't even know if I should take this score and actually go with it. I just don't know. Cause like the dude's trying to compare this game to Xenoblade Chronicles. It looks nothing like Xenoblade Chronicles. It looks like Stellar Blade. I can't. I don't even know anymore, bro. IGN is just done. That's why they don't do that. They gotta fire all of their reviewers and hire new reviewers. You gotta get rid of your DEI hires, man. You gotta get rid of them. You gotta toss them out. You have to. Holy Jesus, bro. Like, I can't. I can't even take it serious anymore. It's a joke. It has to be a joke, man. No, every day I wake up, I'm like, man, this dream world sure is fucked up, ain't it?
Hi,
Hello.
We're House. We made
House
Untitled
House.
Goose Game. And we also made this game we're playing right now. It's called Big Walk, and it just came out today.
Hooray! I can't wait to see so many people playing this today. Oh, you guys have no idea. I'm gonna be playing Pal World later, whenever I finally get off at night, at like 9 o'clock at night. and I'm gonna be like playing Power World, and I'm probably gonna have either XQC or maybe even Queso on at like 9.
It's a place for friends to
be
have a
great.
big adventure that's about finding new ways to talk to each other.
We love all the funny little ways that people find to communicate in online games, and wanted to make a whole game out of doing that. So we made these expressive characters, put them in a big open world, and filled it with challenges that get you talking. With your hands, walkie-talkies, body language, fireworks, megaphones, cowbells, or just yelling. No matter if you're playing with one other person or as part of a big group, the focus of the game is always on the people you're playing with. And we think that's a really special feeling.
We've been working on Big Walk for 6 years now, and we still love playing it together. We hope you will too. And now you can, because Big Walk is out now. Have fun. Alright, bye.
Bye. Yo, W devs.
Lying about getting assaulted by gamers?
Hey, what's up, guys? Rip here.
Okay, so this is big. Don't worry, we're gonna do Daily Dose of the... Oh, here's IGN. You know what? Let's do Daily Dose first. Big news, by the way. Apparently, all of the accusations with the essaying at Bungie were false. They were all false. Every last one of them. The victim was pressed to the point where she either eventually came forward and said that, you know, it never happened, or other people spoke up that were involved in the situation and said that the things that claimed happened didn't happen, and it led to the original victim coming forward and saying that all the stuff that happened at Bungie never happened. Same thing with Blizzard. The allegations that Blizzard were a ruse to try and fuel a money machine. That's the new thing that's coming out now, is that they used that money to replace all the staff at Blizzard and Bungie. So the allegations led to the firing of the prior staff, which is the reason why the games are shit now. And then they used the money from the lawsuit to do the same thing to other companies. It was one big money machine, boys, and it cooked gaming. Where is... I need IGN. I mean, I need a Daily Dose. There we go. Found him. Found him, I did! Come on.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This police officer was caught watching TV while driving.
Why would you do this? This is so dangerous. Especially on the interstate. Yeah, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Man. What? In the middle of the road, wearing dark colors, in pitch darkness with no street lights. Bro, you idiot. I don't even blame the driver. What are you doing, man? Yo. We've seen this clip before, but it's still really funny. All the static.
They found a really bouncy sign in the wind.
I don't think it's supposed to do that. Yo! Oh, she lost her phone!
This is the coolest video footage of an avalanche that you will ever see.
That almost looks fake. Oh, it's a drone, that's why.
Dan ini saya coba akan mengikuti bebatuan ini berakhir sampai mana. Baik teman-teman yang menanyakan atau request ya. Waduh, lah ini ada.
That's beautiful.
This
That's
gas
kind of
station had a
crazy.
glitch and was giving out gallons of gas just for a few pennies.
What the heck is this?
That is the point where you start filling everything up you have with gas. That's what that is. Bro, I'd be filling up solo cups. I'd be filling up water bottles. Bro, I would not leave that pump. I would drain that sucker dry. Yo, what?
I just got 17 gallons of gas for 33 cents. Oh my god. Don't tell anybody.
I have no idea how, but he somehow made it this far in life without having a brain.
Don't. Must be an IGN reviewer. That's the only thing I could see going on here. Oh.
This is easily the scariest Halloween decoration.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that? Yo, what? Nah, nope, Oh, yeah, nah, nope. No, you take that piece of shit, you get it off my property. No, thank you.
And I think something might be wrong.
Whoa!
Okay, come back this way.
What is that? Yo, what? I've never seen this. Is there like water underneath her? Hi, little guy. Munch, 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 munch. Oh! Yo!
I'm really not sure if this is a fail or a win.
To you.
Oh!
Big happy birthday, dear Pharaoh.
This has to be the flattest foot I've ever seen.
Okay, so hers is arch, mine are flat. It's not, I mean, yeah, it's flat because it's called flat. But it's not weird.
Okay.
It's
No,
not
it's weird. You're a flat foot.
weird. It's normal.
Flat foot.
This is Halloween. Recuérdame. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
This card changes color depending on what window you look through, but the weird thing is, none of the other cards change color.
You have to explain that picture.
What the hell? What the hell? What causes this? That's weird. And it's only the back, too. It's not the front. You see that? It's like the front was changed, like it's been in an accident before. What? Is that a thing? Is that just a thing that happens? Wait. Is that a real video? I feel like that's a real video. God, dude, what is going on? Oh, what the fuck? It is. I found that video. What? Oh, look at that feisty little fucker. Just, oh, it's a sneeze. He
A
sneezed.
few days ago, this crazy meteor was spotted flying over Russia.
Well, they're cooked. They're cooked. Russia's done. That's it. It's over for Russia. That looks insane. That was pretty.
His sister told him that she didn't want a strict dress code for her wedding, so he showed up like this.
You know she both loves and hates that man. Could you imagine having that at your wedding? Yo! Yo! That'd be some dumb shit my friend would do, honestly. I would do that. I would totally dress up as Batman, bro. Look, she's dying back there. She's laughing. And the way he's sitting, too. You can sense the protest in the air. Yo! Yeah, I don't like you much, but I'll show up to your wedding.
Here's a really cool time lapse of a spider building a web.
Oh.
Driving around without any tires.
I don't think that's street legal. The fuck? Dude, this guy, he had to have just gotten out of a police chase. There's no way. He's the one that got away.
Like to be in a
oh, look at all the locusts! Yo!
What do cats call
That's a beautiful cat. What?
Nice meal? What do they call a nice meal?
Morning, Infidel.
A fancy feast.
Morning, Viva.
This is probably the craziest birthday cake trend I've ever seen.
Put them as hard as you can.
How much money is that? Dang, bro. What the fuck? Oh, it's a gator! Oh, that's a gator! I know that tail motion. That's a gator. Has to be, right? No, what is that? That's not an alligator. That was a fin. I don't know what that is, guys. Maybe a seal?
This dad caught his son trying to sneak back in after sneaking out during the night.
Damn, he got that AC right over his bed like that? Bro be sleeping in the Arctic, man. That's my kind of place right there. What? Hi.
The alligator-infested waters of Alabama when these kittens spotted their boat. So the kittens jumped from the shore and swam all the way to their boat.
Oh, there's more, Jason. I just seen a kitten jump on the ground. They're twins.
These might look like ordinary doors, but they're not.
What? That's sick. Get out, boy. What? That's sick. Oh, it's a trash panda! Yes! Attack the rock! Yes! Fight him! Yes! Show you're big! I love you!
This guy thought of a
I
smart
want
way
to pinch his little ears! I want to pitch him until I fall off! Yo, I love trash pandas. Oh my gosh. Or not trash pandas, red pandas. I call them... Trash pandas are, raccoons.
This guy
Red panda, I meant to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Harder.
That's how I strive to be in life. If I've got to do something, that's what I strive to be. As light as possible. Maximum effort, baby. Let's go.
A few years ago, this tree trimmer had the ride of his life.
I don't give a shit what kind of job I'm doing. You couldn't pay me enough to do that. Getting on top of a tall tower is one thing. There's no way I'm gonna sign up to do that. That's gotta suck. Ooh, no. I would be so scared that tree would snap midsection, dude. Nuh-uh.
This giant avalanche happened right next to their camp in India.
Whoa. That's insane. It's so big. Jesus.
I was recently in New York City, and I recorded this really cool video of the New York City skyline.
That's beautiful. What?
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
W Daily Dose.
What? So in this video, I'll be talking about a very bizarre situation involving a former community manager for Bungie and a current community manager for Fallout. We've seen all kinds of ridiculous behavior in the gaming industry, especially when it comes to the type of people like Leanna Rupert here, who love to be the center of attention and worse yet, will do anything to be the victim.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I keep doing that, huh? I apologize.
We all have them. Movies that are so hilariously bad they somehow manage to come full circle and become awesome. And one of my favourites has got to be Street Fighter the movie, the laughable 1994
Is that Jean-Claude Van Damme?
That largely destroyed Van Damme's career and set back the cause of video game adaptations for the rest of the decades. From the hammy acting to the clumsy fight scenes to the wobbly sets and the over-the-top James Bond setting, it is practically a time capsule of glorious 1990s goofiness. But the story of how this thing actually got made is way more disastrous and entertaining than the film itself. From coke-ravaged action stars to on-set affairs, clashing personalities, constant delays and punishing filming locations, studio meddling, heart attacks, car crashes, and...
So they had people that were actually, like, meddling with the sets? And, like, sabotaging stuff? Holy God, dude, this thing sounds like a nightmare! Yo!
Street Fighter really was production hell. So let us learn about it together.
They had affairs. Like, this movie was taking so long to film that there wasn't an affair, there were affairs. Plural.
The insane success of the Street Fighter II video game back in the early 90s soon exploded into a media empire with toys, games, comics, and animated TV shows. Capcom were keen to expand on this money-making machine, and the next logical step was a live-action movie.
It's kind of frustrating to see how easy it was to make something blow up back in the day. Bro, you could take out like it doesn't even have to be like a decent-sized loan. You could have taken out like a $5,000 to $20,000 to $20,000 loan, and that's excessive. $20K back then, right? And start up an entire business like Sony or oh Jesus Christ, like you could start up Sony PlayStation, a bunch of older consoles that I can't think of right now for whatever reason. I don't know why. Xbox, like those Sega Genesis, Sega. You could have started companies up like that,
They knew fuck all about making films, so their executives headed off to Hollywood to find someone to make it for them. Unfortunately, what they heard wasn't...
I really like the Mortal Kombat movies, bro. Don't hate on the Mortal Kombat movies. The second one was but the first one, Don't hate on the first one, bro. That was where it was at.
Exactly inspiring. Every pitch they heard was the same basic.
It didn't exactly feel or look like a Mortal Kombat movie, but you know, like I'll take it.
Fighting tournament format, which makes sense because, you know, the game itself is a fucking fighting tournament, so why wouldn't you do that? Anyway, they were on the verge of heading home in failure when they got a last-minute pitch from Stephen E. D'Souza. D'Souza was a well-known screenwriter by that point with a strong catalogue of
Whoa, Die Hard? Really? And Commando?
1980s action flicks to his name, and he'd been persuaded to throw together his pitch in a single weekend. Unlike everyone else, D'Souza imagined Street Fighter as a kind of epic war movie crossed with James Bond, complete with world-dominating villains.
So he didn't play it. So he's never played it. Okay.
Underground layers and huge battle sequences. Capcom were sold on it immediately and even agreed to let D'Souza direct the thing, something he'd never actually done before and never would again as it turns out. Anyway, the wheels of Street Fighter were now in motion, but they needed to move fast because Capcom mandated that the film had to be released in time
for the... It took 6 years? Oh yeah! It would, wouldn't it?
1994
6 years
holiday season to tie in with a shitload of toys and merchandise they'd planned. And since they were fronting cash for the whole thing, they got final approval on absolutely everything that happened, a setup that would have pretty major repercussions later. Anyway, first up was the casting. Jean-Claude Van Damme was Capcom's first choice to play Guile, and it definitely made sense at the time. Van Damme was a former karate champion who cut his teeth in martial arts movies, and he was more or less at the height of his career by the early 90s, so he was a pretty easy shoe-in. Unfortunately, he also brought some less helpful stuff to the table, but we'll learn about that shortly. Raul Julia, a veteran dramatic actor, was approached for the role of M. Bison, the main...
I never knew that Jean-Claude had a drug problem. That's kind of insane. I never knew that. I wonder if he ever got that sorted.
Villain of the movie. Julia wasn't keen at first because, you know, he read the script, but his kids were a massive fan of the games and eventually he was convinced to take the job. The downside is that both of these guys came with pretty hefty paychecks. Van Damme alone ate up $8 million of the film's $35 million budget, so most of the other roles had to go to jobbing actors who were just happy to be there.
Apparently it was a severe addiction caused by stress from, you know, doing the filmmaking stuff, right? Like, it wasn't like it was a bad addiction. It was so bad it gave him bipolar disorder. That's how bad it was.
For the role of Ryu, Capcom wanted Japanese actor Kenya Sawada. Unfortunately, Sawada barely spoke a word of English, and D'Souza already...
No, I'm sorry. That was misinformed. It says here that he got diagnosed. He later addressed his health issue, receiving a diagnosis for rapid cycling bipolar disorder. So that's probably why he got on the drugs to begin with.
Had Byron Mann earmarked for the role, so Sawada was shunted into a minor role as...
I mean, at the rate America's going with all the mental health issues that we have, we need to start having programs in high school or like maybe middle school or elementary where you get a child that's having like every child that goes through school gets one done, right? Where like the school has like this day, kind of like picture day, where they pull your child or every child in the school aside and have them like tested for any kind of mental illness. That's kind of where we should be going. But man, the amount of people that just want to ignore mental illness or say that, you know, it's not a problem. It's just so stupid.
Captain Sawada.
Right.
And if you listen to the guy speak, well, I think you'll understand why.
A single boat against everything he's got? The pilot would have to be out of his mind.
Ooh, making hard work of that one.
He is either a very bad actor or he does not know English like that. I don't know, I can't tell if it's because he doesn't know English and he's trying to learn the lines and how to talk and sound American, or if it's literally that he's just that bad of a line reader.
You'll understand why.
A single boat against everything he's got? The pilot would
That's
have to
so
be
bad,
out
though.
of his mind.
That's so bad, though. It's so bad.
Kylie Minogue was also cast as Cammy. Minogue was better known as a pop star at the time, whose acting experience was mostly confined to 1980s Australian soap operas, but I guess she was kind of a big name, so sure, whatever.
Think it was
anyway,
Leno?
with the cast signed on, it was time to head out to Thailand to start filming. Veteran stuntman Charlie Picerni was brought on as stunt coordinator on the condition he was given enough time to train the actors for some pretty intensive martial arts sequences. With that in mind, the plan was to do most of the dialogue scenes first while the actors got prepped for their fight sequences on the second half of the shoot. Unfortunately, that all went out the window the moment Raul Julia showed up on set. Julia had suffered from stomach cancer shortly before filming and was still recovering from major surgery. The normally big and imposing actor now looked thin and frail and was clearly in no condition to do much of anything, so the whole production had to get reversed. The fight scenes would get filmed right away while Julia recuperated and got back into shape. The only problem was the actors, most of whom had never thrown a punch before, now had hours instead of weeks to get prepped for their fight scenes, and well, the results speak for themselves.
Jean-Claude, I'm not surprised. I like, the thing is that Jean-Claude, Arnold, those guys are net positives. They either had some form of wealth or they became wealthy here and they're net positive taxpayers.
Say that Picerni was a bit miffed by all this would be an understatement. The man was fucking livid. His professional reputation was now on the line, and his relationship with D'Souza deteriorated sharply over the course of the shoot. He wasn't the only one causing problems either. Remember our leading man, Van Damme? Well, by this point in his career, he was going through his third divorce, and he developed a bit of a fondness.
Is that Amber Heard?
For the old Bolivia.
No, that's not. They can't be. Did Amber Heard ever get with Jean-Claude Van Damme? No. Okay. Okay, I was gonna say, well, that's where the bipolar disorder is right there.
Marching powder. The kind of fondness that'll set you back about $10,000 a week. The result is, the muscles from Brussels often showed up late to set, or just gave himself the day off completely so he could show Kylie Minogue the real Thailand, forcing D'Souza to improvise scenes just to give the cast and crew something to do. I mean, you almost have to respect it. Imagine delaying a multi-million-dollar action movie to bang peak Kylie Minogue while snorting enough coke to keep a dozen Hollywood screenwriters wide off and fuck up major set pieces, leading to expensive delays. Like during a big action sequence where he has to take cover while a bunch of pyrotechnics destroys half the set around him, then pop up and yell, "Go! I'll catch up with you later!" Van Damme, convinced he'd pronounced it ladder instead of later, yelled cut in the middle of the scene, forcing them to delay for days while they set the whole thing up again. And what did the guy do with this second chance? Jumped to his feet and yelled, "Go! I'll catch up with you, ladder!"
Ladder!
Capcom, who were footing the bill for the whole thing and had final say over the script, were also getting a bit nervous and started interfering more and more with the production. They demanded that more characters from the game like DJ, T-Hawk, and Balrog be added in, forcing D'Souza to rewrite the script and add entire scenes and characters on the fly. Shooting on location in Thailand was also taking its toll on cast and crew, who had no time to acclimatise to the tropical heat or the local food. Dehydration, heat exhaustion, and explosive diarrhea were commonplace. The film's line producer suffered a major heart attack and had to be airlifted out, while
Jesus
another producer
Christ! Bro! Yo! And he had to be airlifted, bro! Whatever the production value for this movie was, did not make it, bro. Oh, bro. That's like 20, maybe, no, because that was back in the day, right? This was back in like the 90s. So this must have been like, an airlift back then was probably like maybe 5 to 10 grand, if you're lucky, right?
to a near fatal car crash.
Now it's like 25
Not
plus.
was hating it though. Apparently a lot of the cast developed a real fondness for the local massage parlors, the kind of places where every customer leaves satisfied.
Oh, I see. That's rough.
And they'd blow off the stress of the increasingly chaotic production with liberal use of booze and happy endings. Can't say I blame them, to be honest. The end result of all this shit was obvious. The production was falling further and further behind schedule and costs were mounting. D'Souza's solution was to follow the John Ford approach and just rip entire pages out of the script on the basis that, fuck it, we'll fix it in editing later. To his credit, the guy just kept soldiering on no matter what was thrown at him. The Thai government refused to let them use helicopters for the assault on Bison's compound. Fuck it, we'll just use boats instead. The power kept going out? What the hell, let's just move the entire production to Australia a couple of weeks early. Shooting finally wrapped in late 1994, giving the team just weeks to get editing and post-production finished in time for the holiday season. And fair play to them, they did it. Somehow. Yeah, a lot of the special effects shots were missing, the action looked choppy and lazy, the plot was a borderline nonsensical...
So they did all those special effects and they just didn't even use the scenes from it? Holy crap, this movie sounds like a flip-flop shit show, like holy...
That's because of all those pages torn out of the script, and the movie only released 2 days before Christmas, but it was done. Street Fighter the movie would go on to make just shy of $100 million theatrically on a...
What? Yo, back then that's insane, what?
$35 million budget, with another $65 million...
Oh no, then they got... Yeah, no, then it was worth it for them. No. Nah. It's good. It's all good, man. It's all good. It wasn't...
Which is actually a pretty good return on investment.
Yeah, it is.
The critical and audience reception was absolutely awful, though. The film was lambasted for its hammy acting, crappy fight sequences, juvenile humor, and complete butchery of the source material. Plans for a sequel quickly evaporated, and the film was quietly buried in the years that followed. A bold but doomed experiment.
I have never seen a Street Fighter movie in my entire life, so like I believe what he's saying.
Would rather forget. It did slowly find a secondary audience though, who gradually came to appreciate it for all its campy silliness.
You know why? Because it's just like Mortal Kombat. They realized that this was as good as it's gonna get. That's why. There's not really much of a story in the Mortal Kombat games like that, right? And especially back in like the early years of it. So for them, this was as good as it was going to get. They accepted it.
It's regarded as a minor cult classic. But what of the players in this great game, you might ask? Well, Raul Julia tragically passed away just a few months later, making Street Fighter...
I was going to say, I don't really think that he would have made it that much longer after the film because, like, he had cancer, especially back in the day, you know. The treatments weren't anywhere near as good as we got now.
His final movie. The film was even dedicated to his memory, which is, you know, nice and all, but I'm not entirely sure he'd have wanted this to be his final testimony on his acting career. That being said, his performance as Bison is by far the best part of the entire movie. Too much of a professional to give it anything less than his best, he inhabits this ridiculous character like it's a Shakespearean play, and the results are just pure awesomeness.
That was beautiful.
As for Van Damme, Street Fighter would prove to be a turning point in his career, as word of his behaviour soon got around Hollywood casting agents, and mainstream roles soon dried up. As his drug habit and personal life spiraled out of control, his once promising career...
I cannot tell you how many actors I've heard ruin their career because they're just too difficult to work with. They're just so difficult to work with that they just ruin their entire ability to get films.
Went into sharp decline, and he soon found himself relegated to direct-to-video purgatory, a fate from which he would never truly escape. D'Souza didn't escape the firestorm either. His short-lived directing career came to an abrupt end, and his screenwriting output dropped off sharply. One of the most prominent scriptwriters of the 1980s, he soon found himself labouring away on low-budget shite like Turbulence and Knockoff. Weirdly, Kylie Minogue probably did the best out of everyone involved, ditching acting and going on to become one of the world's biggest pop stars in the 2000s. These days, she's apparently able to see the funny side of Street Fighter, and I commend her for this. The making of Street Fighter really was production hell for all concerned, and yet there's something immensely charming and rewatchable about this film with all its earnest goofiness and cheesy dialogue. It was a bold attempt to do something a bit different with its property, and even if it didn't work out the way Capcom hoped, Street Fighter will always have a special place in my hearts. Now, just before I go on my merry way, I'd like to let you know that I'm going to be hosting a Critical Drinker fan meetup and short film screening in London on September 10th. We did one in Toronto a few weeks back, and it was a hell of a good time.
Yo, W, Critical Drinker. Okay, hold on, let me make sure. Okay. Right? It's just the last. Okay. Let's get it.
In the past, we have seen game devs, community managers, writers, etc. do everything to make themselves the victim by faking hate messages, hate reviews, all kinds of things like that before getting caught in 4K. But I've never seen anything quite like this.
What is
where
this?
Leanna Rupert recently tried to claim that she was attacked by Destiny fans at a convention. Now you can see the community note that would be applied dispelling her lies, because after going viral and having her arm twisted into telling the truth, she finally admitted it didn't happen at the convention, and she really has no idea if this was Destiny players or not. And
what the fuck?
When she was finally confronted on the truth, and even the convention itself spoke out against her, she would private her account. She did what every good journalist
They all do it, right?
does these days. They make something really stupid in a post, and then they immediately lock down their account the second they get any accountability. And also, locking your account with 500,000 followers is like barricading your door with a pencil. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
but before we get into all the recent stuff, here's a little history.
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just delete your account? Well, like, at that point...
Leanna Rupert here. As you can see, she is a former community manager for Bungie, but a current one for Fallouts. And she...
Oh, no. Fuck!
She is a community manager, narrative writer, influencer manager, PR, marketing, and event planning expert.
I don't think it's girls, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's girls. I think it's stupid idiots that have been pampered their whole life that don't know what it's like to fall on hard times. And that doesn't just women, that's men too. There are a lot of dumbass men out there that don't know how to pull in women, and instead they sit here and they use this nonsense that, you know, they back people like her to try and it's like a mating tactic, bro. Like that's really what it is. I don't blame women at all. I blame idiots. I blame dumb people and parents that don't know how to deal with their damn kids and put a tablet in front of them and tell them to watch Cocomelon all day. That's who I blame.
A worthless bitch.
I don't think it's a sex thing. I don't think it's that at all. There are way too many good actors, actresses, and writers, directors, producers that are women that do a damn good job at it. And I don't want to throw shade on them. I want to pull the people that act like this out in the middle of the open and hold them accountable for what they do. So that way nobody else does it. That's what I want. I don't want to blame a gender. I don't want to blame a race. I don't want to blame like a stereotype. I just want to blame the person. That's what I want to do. I want more of it too.
And here's some of the brands she has worked for. And yes,
we got a lot of them.
She is very deep into the industry. Now, of course, like many others in the industry, she has a seething hatred of white people and men. Here's just a small compilation of her tweets about white people and men. Here's one saying, "You can't be racist against white people." And then in response to a complaint from a gamer saying sounds about whites. Then down here calling someone a mouthy little white boy.
Can you imagine if somebody said a mouthy little black boy? Can you imagine that? Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right?
They would be fired so fast. It's crazy how white people put up with this
It's the white people are the only ones that can be racially stereotyped and made fun of without any backlash from any community. We are the toiletry for everyone to use in their one-liners.
Of disrespect, and we don't equally. We need to chimp out.
I think Asmon's right too. The more people try to be racist against white people, the more we should act like how black people do whenever they have actual racist people around them. Straight up.
We do. We need to chimp out in a big way.
And then over here, blaming white men for all the problems in the industry.
Yeah.
Here saying F him and F all white folks like him.
Yeah.
And then also just saying more ridiculous stuff about white people.
What a stupid
And of course,
bitch.
I don't know for a fact. Maybe she identifies as a different race. This is the gaming industry in 2026. But she looks pretty white to me. So besides the blatant racism here and the misandry, she seems to be another self-hating white person, which to me is one of the most pathetic things you could ever be on the planet. On top of that, she's a hypocrite because of course she is. In other situations where her friends were being attacked, she said it's never okay to use race as a personal attack.
Then why are you saying F white people. Why are you saying that then, if that's the case?
Despite having an entire compilation of her doing just that to other people.
I don't know why anybody would.
Let me get off. I have to get off that page because if I don't, YouTube might step in and try to give me something.
Sort of backdrop of that. And
there was some controversial language in the backdrop.
Absolute dumpster fire of a game. We all know the player numbers for this game are atrocious, and Sony sunk billions into acquiring Bungie to make this game their future. And with less than 2 million copies.
If I was Bungie, if I was Sony, I would send somebody, I would hire somebody, first off, specifically to go to Bungie and fire as many people as millions I've lost, or hundreds of thousands that I lost. Every 100,000, actually, you know what? Better yet, I would hire somebody to go into the Bungie studio, and for every entire salary that is inside of the money that I did not gain back from the selling of Marathon would be an employee gone. So if it was $1 billion or $1 million past, so like if you made the game for $2 million, you sold $1 million worth in copies, and there's still $1 million left over, $1 million left over, I would hire somebody to go to Bungie and fire as many people as it took in salaries in a 12-month span, in a yearly span, to make up that amount of money. And if that meant the full shutting down of the studio, then that's what it would be. That's what these developers need to do now. These big companies like Xbox and PlayStation, anytime a games developer that they hire spends an amount of money and they don't either break even or go over the amount of expectation, they should go into that studio and fire as many of them as it takes to make up that difference. That's what they should do. This would change overnight.
Sold, things are looking very grim. Not to mention the very disliked decision by Bungie to reallocate their resources from Destiny 2 over to Marathon, and how did that work out for them?
Still
well, right now, Destiny 2 is sitting at 35,000 in-game players.
Like a month after
an
that release, too.
Astoundingly good number for a game that is literally dead. Like, there's nothing else coming to this game. It's over, and yet people are still funneling into this game at a rate that is around 10 times that of Marathon. Now, speaking of Marathon, the shills are doing everything in their power to continue to try to pump some life and good PR into this game. You can see shill posts like this saying Marathon has been seeing a strong resurgence of players with the release of their PvE mode to the game. This tweet being posted about a week ago. And you can see this strong resurgence to 14,000 players, by the way, with a massive introduction
not a
of
big deal.
PvE mode. And overall, how's it doing today, a week later? Oh, look at that. It's
Can't understand why they hate men.
3,000.
A lot of women have negative experiences with men that they try to externalize and then put on every other man.
Morning, Allison.
That's usually what happens. And then they also do it because they think that they can get away with it. It's like a way of social messaging. Women do consensus-based social messaging. A person like that would probably be talking about how great Hitler was if Hitler won World War II. They don't really have any values other than consensus messaging.
They follow the flow.
Look at them as anything other than just obnoxious, attention-seeking retards.
In-game players, ladies and gentlemen.
Really
the
what they
future of Bungie. What a great investment by Sony right here. They've made such good decisions. They pulled all the right levers with these series of decisions. But as you can see, going down here to the max chart, not like the...
Let me see something. Hold on. Let me see something. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see something. I got an idea. I got an idea for y'all. Hold on. Okay. So I got the super grok. I got the super grok, okay? So how long will Marathon game be? See, how should I word this? How long will Marathon? You know what? I got it. When will Let's see. Let's see if it'll actually tell. Dude, look at all the searches it's doing. Holy crap. Dude, look, it even pulled up the marathonhelp.com. Bungie's the 2026 Strike Shooter has no announced permanent shutdown. It would hopefully shut off on March. Given the current can't spell current to save my damn life right now. Current state of Marathon. When do you think it shut down? Let's see. Let's see when it'll say. Let's see if it'll give an estimate. Oh, I think I broke it. Did I break it? I think I might have broke it. Oh, I think I pissed it off. Oh, nope. There it goes. No official shutdown. 3 confirmed for September. Oh. Confirmed. Ongoing patches, maintenance. August. 4-5 temporary spikes. 15K. All-time certain peak. And new issues for Season 2. While earlier, 2027. Destiny 2 support. Giving the low current members. Diagnosed. Oh, that's not good. If AI, look, it says here, Sony's track record of cutting underperforming live service efforts the game is valuable. If Season 3 does not produce a meaningful, lasting recovery, realistic outlook, most likely near-term path runs least through. So it's saying that there's a good chance that if their next expansion doesn't hit, then that's it. That Bungie's going to get shut down. The Marathon's going to be shut down. That's basically what they're saying.
He cropped small time frame that we saw in the Shills post. This is the massive resurgence that he was talking about.
Yeah.
The massive resurgence.
Well, it did double the player
to 14,000 players.
This girl is going around saying that, like, so wait, is what she...
Let's get back to Leanna Rupert. Yeah. What's her connection? Well, of course, she is a former community manager for Bungie, and when...
Isn't that weird as fuck that this girl is going around saying that, like, so wait, is what she's saying that the company that she used to work at had a fan that, like, was violent to her in real life? Like, I mean, I'd say that's like, I mean, I don't think it's defamation, but it's like just super, like, that's insanely unprofessional to do. Like, who the fuck says that?
The issue is that you are trying to moralize with somebody that doesn't believe in actual morals. None of these people that are willing to do this, that are willing to go on and blatantly lie about being attacked, or have any actual morals. You need to hold them accountable legally, and that's how you solve this problem. Because if not, it's just going to keep happening. These people don't have morals, they have goals, and they're gonna break whatever they have to reach that goal, right?
She saw all
morals
this
or not
about Destiny 2 and Marathon. She felt the need to weigh in. saying the only way to keep Bungie alive is to support Marathon. Yes, they were literally begging.
Let's listen to a community manager about that. That's like listening to the secretary about what a legal firm should do. Actually, that's not true. Secretaries at legal firms generally have legal experience. A secretary at a firm that has nothing to do with that. This is like a janitor. You're a janitor.
To go play Marathon, and it's the only way to save Bungie. Don't you want to save the billion-dollar corporation? Go spend your money on Marathon. Yeah, ridiculous. Obviously, this had a very negative impact. People were clowning on this, and you have the related posts like this, where a user asked, if you can really give me with a hand on your heart, your word, that this really has an impact, I'd buy Marathon in an instant and spread the message as we all need Destiny 3, and then Leanna responds with a hand over her heart, ensuring that you should go and buy Marathon, even with the subtle promise that it might get Destiny 3 to actually...
This is the reason why we'll never get actual games that we want. PlayStation is doing it. Bungie's doing it. What other games? Like, how many other games have we wanted another... Wait, we wanted another Fallout. That's Bethesda. We've wanted people have wanted another Destiny for so long. People have wanted another Dark Souls, not Dark Souls, Bloodborne. People have wanted another Elden Ring. People have wanted another God of War, like the original couple, right? Instead, we're getting lo-fi. These people have infested everything. They have. They're so busy trying to push their own narratives. They're single-handedly destroying every single company they've become a part of.
And then we have this series of interactions that is downright embarrassing, where eventually you can see Leanna claiming that the acquisition of Bungie by Sony was an emergency acquisition, and that Bungie was already below the red line before Sony acquired them, which...
There's no way a community manager has the detailed information about the complexities of a merger that's that big between executives. Like, I find that to be very unlikely.
You can only imagine how low that red line is now.
Let's be
But eventually they say...
By the way, this girl is one of the people... Like, these are the fake jobs that are invented to employ women. Like, every single, like, skill set that she has, none of them increase shareholder value. It's all just worthless fake jobs, so
it's HR departments. I mean, like, why would you have an HR department at a job? Well, it's not for the employees, it's for the company, but they have, like, HR departments have to come up with imaginary problems to keep their job, right? They have to come up with imaginary problems to keep their job. So there may not even be a problem, but in order to maintain their job, they have to come up with problems.
Good about hiring.
That's literally their job.
The funny thing,
and like the issue with HR departments is that they're like, I can't tell you how many people I've heard getting fired. Even one of my friends got fired because he got HR involved, and it's like HR is not for the employee, it's for the company. That's who HR is for. They're gonna take a manager's side over yours every day, because if you're the only one that a manager's having trouble, like if you have a manager, and in an instance where the entire staff is female, like what my friend had to deal with, he was the only one that was being harassed and bullied at the workplace because he was a male. And he was the only one that stepped up and went to HR for it. And because of that, it inevitably led to him being terminated, because he was the only employee that had a problem with a fully female, like with the, not necessarily the staff, but the supervisor, because she was only like that to guys. Because there was another guy that she would also bully and harass, and I come to find out later he also got fired. So like it's a complex situation that is exacerbated or fueled by other people that feel the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is.
It's like PR, marketing, fucking, what was the other one? Community management. Nobody cares about this garbage. Discord management. What are we doing? Yeah, HR. Yeah, it's female daycare. Yeah, exactly.
The truth, it is what it is, whether you like it or not. Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, remember about the truth, because we're going to see what the truth looks like in just a second.
Yeah.
But Leanna also said you're entitled to be wrong and that they'll remain the same. Saying, oh, see what Destiny players did to me, they're really mad.
We got a lot of other stuff we need to cover. A lot of stuff to cover.
Off layoffs amidst online backlash.
Oh yeah, there's protests now.
So this is why your Fallout games are poorly made communist gay propaganda. It's because
you see that? He's got a communist tattoo. You see that? They've taken over our media, guys. They've taken our media. They have. They've taken our media.
Have some fat, weird, retarded loser that has a hammer and sickle tattooed onto his neck. You know what's really funny is that the only good thing for communism for him is that he'd be able to lose weight because he couldn't stand in the bread lines long enough.
That's right.
That's the only good thing that communism would help him with. Other than that, he'd probably be in front of a firing squad. You think people give a fuck about a video game designer?
No, they don't.
Bro, you'd be dead.
You know what I should do at some point? My fiance's grandfather fled Romania with 3 children to escape communism. I should bring him on and let him talk about it. I should do that. Listening, whenever I heard him speaking about communism, like, it's inspirational. The way he said that, like, yeah, it came really close to them not being able to make it because, like, he fled Romania at a time where you would have been killed if they caught you and they brought you back. You know what I'm saying? But eventually they did overthrow Romania, and allegedly they're doing it again. This is like the 3rd time in like 50 years. They're probably about to do it again. But you don't hear anything about that, right? No one talks about that. Like, his entire family, like my fiance's entire family on her dad's side has been from Romania. So, like, I should really bring him on.
So, he'd be using both? Yeah, just look. Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong? So, yeah, are you playing the game? Hear music? Yeah. Wise people not learn from history or books because they think they're special and they're different. So this is the video here. We'll watch it.
Morale is really low because, you know, we've been told that we're making great games that players love and that we're doing well. And
but you're not. Fallout 76 was one of the most viewed failures of gaming history, other than Concord. There were class action lawsuits against the Kevlar bags that you promised for the collector's editions. Like, nobody wants another ESO game. People want a single player. Like, Bethesda is a single player RPG style game that has built an entire franchise on single player experiences and like a linear, not necessarily linear, multi-ending storylines with submissions being all over places like Fallout 3 or maybe or Fallout 4. But no, y'all wanted to make a multiplayer game for whatever reason. I never played Fallout for a multiplayer experience. I played Fallout because it was a single player experience that was a ton of fun, right? And what are we doing? What are we doing? Nobody asked for Bethesda to make a multiplayer experience. Nobody wanted that.
This suddenly hit us has been a huge shock to us.
It sucks.
We make all kinds of games, all kinds of people love.
It'd be really nice if we could just get back to work and make them games that will define a generation of video gaming.
I worked at ZeniMax for about 5 years. We are having a
well, if you had actually, if the games were actually successful, you'd probably still have a job.
March and a rally to demand dignity and respect and an end to the cycle of layoffs.
Asha, if you're listening to this, keep going. The pigs are squealing. The freaks are crying.
Yes, they are.
And the
You know what? You know what's really funny? is that the people that are at Bethesda that still have a job are in there working because they don't want to be like the people that are out on the street protesting that are jobless now. Here's the thing about a company, is that unless you're able to mobilize everybody in the company to do a walkout, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can stand out there and protest until you die of hunger or thirst. The company's not going to care because you're not employed. No one cares. Congratulations, you're just a bunch of idiots standing outside squealing. And if you become violent, Bethesda should immediately call the police and have them escorted away from the property. That's what you do. Why should Bethesda care about a bunch of people that lost their jobs because they weren't adding to the game? The days of keeping you on your jobs on life support are over. You didn't cater to the gaming community. You catered to whoever was in charge, and that's the problem. And then whoever didn't cater to whoever was in charge lost their jobs. And now you're mad that you lost your job because the game development studio isn't making the money that they promised they would make. That's what happens. You're not going to be a business very long if all you do is hire people and you don't sell product. That's what happens. Company's not going to be a company for very long.
Golden age can be upon us. When I hear all of the junipers and these weird bald women with like 7 piercings crying about getting fired, this is like a multi-dimensional catharsis for me. Like I can't even explain how amazing this is.
And you see how quick and easy it is for them to mobilize in order to sit here and protest? Because they're not games developers, they're activists. They're activists trying to push communist propaganda and this weird propaganda into our games. That's what they are. That's why they were able to mobilize and make this so quickly. Instead of trying to find another job, they're out here with these stupid signs. I guarantee you they spent more money making these stupid signs than they did doing anything else. And they're also probably getting paid to protest as well. Nah, bro.
An angel gets its wings. When a juniper gets fired, an angel gets its wings. That's correct. And a Lilith gets fired. They're shamelessly begging. Yes.
Let's go, Black Kite.
These are the people. We make great games. We make games that define generations. Well, the people that worked at the company before you did. Yeah, that's probably true. LOL, they laid off all the white women, gay people, and communists. We might actually get good games now.
I know,
yeah,
right?
There it is. And that's it. Bethesda union members are actually out there protesting. And sorry, fuckers, but teenage me expected to play the next Elder Scrolls game by 2016, maybe 2019 at
Bro,
the latest.
I was so ready for like Fallout 76 because I really thought it was going to have single player portions of it. Bro, it was just a full multiplayer online slop experience. I mean, the game is good now, but like still. Come on.
You're a decade late and you haven't made a good game in all that time.
Yeah.
You clearly don't deserve your jobs. Maybe make better games next time and it won't happen again. I also love the sign that's built off of Black Lives Matter. Like, you know what? You know what this reminds me of whenever you lose your cushy video game development job? George Floyd getting choked out to death on the street by a police officer. This is you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Jim Crow. It reminds me, you know what? You know, whenever I have to actually go to work and do my job, you know what I think of? I think of slavery. I think of slavery of black people. What the fuck is wrong with these guys? What's wrong with them? Casuals blaming the fan base for the current game's current lack of success.
That's the fucking reason why we ain't got no damn good games. Get all these idiots freaking lazing around not making the game. Oh, it takes 7 years to make a game. Why is it taking 7 years to make a game with so many people? Why is Expedition 33 able to produce a game? How long did Expedition 33? How long did it take to make Expedition? How long did it take to make Expedition 33? 6 years. It took them 6 years to produce an award-winning game. That's it. It took 6 years and like a group of like 12 to 20 people, and that was it. You don't need all these people. Like, what is this guy doing? What is he adding to the company by sitting in this beanbag instead of working? He's adding nothing.
When the original devs had the same higher than average standards, good enough sucks. Let's see this.
The difference between good enough and awesome is so big, and I mean, there's this standard set by everyone here that, I mean, good enough sucks.
We are the most cynical
It
people.
does.
Like, we are the jaded crowd who, if a game doesn't entertain us in 5 minutes, we stop playing it.
And so, yeah.
Do you remember what I said? That's crazy, huh?
So you can have all the great graphics and all the different characters and lots of different weapons with amazing effects, but if you don't nail that 30 seconds, you're not going to have a great game.
That's
The difference between good enough and awesome is so big, and I mean, there's this.
It's just really that fucking simple. Obviously, those base lads don't work at the current studio. This is
W10
like looking
joules, W100 joules, Mark. W Mark, morning, Mark.
through another universe. Yeah, this is, I'm telling you guys, like, you know what we were talking about? Like, Christopher Nolan was talking about how, you know, people were, like, looking at the walls that were just bring the game you bought would give you a great time. Fucking country turned into a shithole right here.
Okay, let's move on from this. Let's watch this. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and I'm going to get me a water. I will be right back. Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Right now. He actually went to Spain. Nick Shirley went to Spain.
Do you think it will take vigilantes to actually make a difference here inside of Europe?
I'm the first vigilante here. They're gonna fear me.
¿Por qué mujeres no vinieron aquí? Now they're all coming down, being walked down the mountain right now.
Here's the thing, guys. I should probably preface this. Why do you guys think it's our amendment right to bear arms? Let's get into that right quick before we start this. Why do you think It is your Second Amendment to bear arms. I'm not advocating for vigilante justice or anything like that. The founding fathers made that the amendment because they know what it's like to be oppressed by a government that you don't have the ability to defend yourself against. Right? If the government starts suppressing your ability to own firearms, there's a reason for it. There's a cause and effect for everything, right? If something is happening, you should ask yourself, why is that happening? That's what you should always do in your life. Why is this happening? Always keep that in mind.
Here in Spain, they received over 60,000 migrants who came across from the Moroccan border into the country of Spain. This is mainland Spain right behind me.
That's right. They knew. They knew that someday something like this would happen. I'm not advocating for it by any means, right? I want to use as much legal systems as possible. But there may come a day where our founding fathers saved the country. And it could be happening within the next 20 years.
However, right now I'm heading over to Ceuta, which is actually a town in Spain. However, it is on the African continent. There's a few towns that are part of Spain that are on the African continent, and Ceuta is one of them. Literally over 60,000 migrants came across their border. A lot of people are wondering what actually happened, so therefore we're heading there right now to see it for ourselves. These migrants quite literally came over by the truckloads into Spain, and people are wondering if it's a coordinated attack or if it was just the
It had to have been coordinated. There's no way. 60,000 people don't just show up somewhere without there being some form of coordination going on. Obviously something's going on.
Coming over and seeking for a better life, or if it was an actual invasion. And just recently, in April, the Prime Minister of Spain came out with a plan to give over 500,000 migrants legal status here inside of the country. Right now, we're heading over to Ceuta to see it for ourselves. We'll be speaking.
It's not even that they're immigrants or migrants or whatever, right? It's the fact that you have citizens in that country, in Spain, in America, right, that need the systems that they are giving these migrants. That is what is causing the divide between these migrants and the citizens right there.
Migrants themselves.
And the issue is, like, you work your entire life, right? And you try to retire at the age of 65, but you can't even retire because, not only do you have to worry about these people that don't abide by the laws coming in and getting amnesty and destroying all your stuff and stealing your stuff that you now have to pay for because the insurance companies are scams, but you can't even afford, like, the basic necessities while everything that these guys want is being handed to them. How is that fair? It's not. It's not fair at all.
The Spaniards, and we'll even be going to the border to see what.
Hey, look at what they did to the shoreline.
And right now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, we're so close to 2 million subscribers. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and now let's see what is actually happening. Here we go. Now to start, I met up with citizen vigilante by the name Mancia, who saw and predicted that the migrants were coming just days before, and now let's go see what is happening. We've arrived now, and we're here with Mancia. Mancia's from here in Spain. Right now we have a group of men right here. Look, they're covering up their faces. Eres de Morocco? You from Morocco?
No ladrones, no carteristas.
¿Por qué vinieron aquí a España?
No hablar mucho.
Trabajo.
Trabajando, no carteristas, no ladrones.
¿Cruzaste nadando? Nadando. Okay. These people don't want to leave. They want to go to Europe. They want to go to Spain.
And that's where they're going to go.
Their mission here.
They'll be given amnesty. They will. They'll be allowed to stay. No one's going to get them out.
July 31st was the day when quite literally 60,000 people came across, and right now a lot of those young men have returned back to Morocco, but now you just have groups of these men walking around this town, just like this one right here.
These groups are creating insecurity. The military are here as well.
He's sitting there. He's not getting that group over there out.
He said one thing. He said, "This is Morocco." One of them said, "This is Morocco," because they think this is Morocco, but Spain, this has been Spanish since 400 years. 400 years before Morocco got his independence. So it doesn't make any sense. But still they say this is Morocco.
Is this the first stop for most migrants?
It makes sense. They just don't care about your border. They're trying to take your country. Literally, that's what they're trying to do. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
To head up into the rest of Europe?
Yes, this is the main door. The main gate.
Why do you think they want to abolish our borders?
Gate. Yeah.
And right now we're heading to the border. Here we go. We've made it here to the border, and a lot of these migrants are actually now going back to Morocco. So for instance, right here we have a group of Moroccans that are now going back to Morocco. So right here is where they all came into the country, and right now they're going back to Morocco.
Yep. There they
Now
go.
There are still thousands upon thousands of migrants out inside the city, and we'll be finding them in just a moment. However, it's super important for you guys to understand exactly what happened at the border. So this is the border right now. We do have some people that were turning themselves in, and now they're saying just go back to Morocco. And it looks like you guys do have some floaties out now to stop people from coming in. Were those there before?
That's not going to stop them.
The thing is, I don't understand why they didn't put this before when this started. Why now? Why now? That's my question.
Do you think it was coordinated to let them all come in that day?
It's coordinated because I cannot imagine a country like Morocco, which is investing heavily in cybersecurity, in military, how these people can get out of control in this country. It's unbelievable. Nobody can believe this is not coordinated.
You guys going back to Morocco?
No, like there's no way. Like if it was a couple hundred, I'd be like, oh, that's funny. But like 60,000 people? 60,000 people? Do you understand the amount of coordination the government has to do, their government has to do, in order to get 60,000 people ready to invade a country? Like how many people invaded on D-Day? How many Americans were there at D-Day? $70,000. $70,000. Beach landing is 57 to 59,000 U.S. troops came ashore. Primarily Utah Beach. Utah Beach and Omaha Beach. Let that sink in. Think about that.
Ask them why they came here and what's the situation like in Morocco.
They came thinking that they will have work and food here, and there is not, so they go back.
How come everyone came in flip-flops? ¿Por qué todos vinieron aquí en chanclas?
Viva
Harraga! Viva Harraga وفسحة كما العالم. What was it like the day everyone started coming in?
Lo que sé, esto es un jaleo muy grande. Nos han hecho un alboroto total.
So now we have another person going back to Morocco. When everyone came
They're
through,
leaving because they're not able to get jobs. They're not getting the benefits that they were promised 3,000 years ago, so they're all going back.
They actually closed down all the shops because they were afraid of the towns.
That's exactly what I said that they would do if America cut off all the federal funding. That's exactly what they would do. They would just go back.
To get looted. So when all the migrants came over here, they thought they were going to get food, they were going to try to get jobs, but all the stores were closed. Everyone just came through the border. They swam from the Moroccan side. Those floaties weren't there at the time, so they all just swam in or walked across the border here.
They were swimming and walking through these rocks. Someone crossing.
So right now you have a group of people trying to swim in right now, and then you also have people being taken back into Morocco. from the Spanish police. While people are actively trying to swim into Spain right now, you actually have them also sending the people back to Morocco at the same time. Looks like you have the Navy out here. Where were they out the day when everyone came through?
They came the day after this ship.
I bet they did.
To provide support.
Yeah, they had to make sure that, you know, they gave them enough time to actually get into the country.
And how did you know that people were going to start crossing into Spain the day that they did? Because you came all the way from Madrid.
Yeah, I came all the way over from Madrid by car because from Monday I started to see in the news that a little amount of people was doing that, but not at this dimension. It started slowly and then got completely out of hands.
And so you saw it ahead of time, but the military and the police didn't.
Correct. That's a good point.
It's sad that's really what he thinks. If you think the military and the police didn't see that, no, they saw it. They just didn't do anything about it. The police didn't do anything about it because they weren't permitted, and the military didn't do anything about it because they weren't permitted. They weren't allowed to do anything about it.
And I didn't think about that, but yes.
So you think they could have done something to stop this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They could did something beforehand. For sure.
How do you not see 60,000 people congregating to storm the border? You see it, you just didn't do anything about it.
That's why all the Spanish people think that this was kind of coordinated.
As we get away from the border, people are still in floaties coming across. You have all these people sleeping here in the back of this shop right here. And now you have lines of people waiting to get food. What did you think when you saw all these people coming across? Would you say this was an invasion?
Yes,
oh, absolutely it was.
Armed with weapons, I think this is an occupation because they are not coming with weapons. But it's an occupation, for sure. The people from Ceuta, they couldn't even eat. They couldn't even go to the supermarket for 3 days. The people of Ceuta was suffering this situation. They couldn't go to the supermarket, they couldn't go to the pharmacy, they couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't go to the street. There was a lot of security, a lot of big groups of guys.
I mean, they were mass invading homes and stuff too.
Hanging out in the street.
And now we're coming upon a big group of men, and there's no woman. I haven't seen a single woman.
No, not a single one.
Or
coming.
1% was woman.
So here's everyone coming in right now. Looks like they're opening up shops for people to come in and get some food. Is everyone from Morocco? Todos son de Morocco? Everyone's from Morocco. ¿Y por qué vinieron aquí? Why'd you guys come here? ¿Por qué vinieron?
Yo, W Nick Shirley for knowing Spanish. For work, for food. Yeah, I bet. I don't blame the migrants for this, by the way, guys. I don't blame them. If you think for 1 second, if I was born in a third world, I wouldn't try to migrate over to, like, a Western culture, hell yeah, I would. Hell yeah, I would. Absolutely. Absolutely, I would. In a heartbeat. I blame the governments. I blame the facilities that are bringing them over and giving them handouts. If you want to call a place like America the big melting pot, I know it is, everybody knows it is, then you expect everything that's added into the pot to melt, to assimilate. It's called assimilation. A lot of that was being thrown around whenever that originally started with the whole immigration problem that we had in America. A lot of it's died down now because there's like hardly any of them here. Well, there's still a lot. There's still a lot that need to be kicked out of the country, right? That are on welfare and programs like that. But at the end of the day, if you're just coming here to live on government-funded programs, then you're not really assimilating. You need to find a job, pay taxes into the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, committing fraud isn't the way to do it.
How old are you guys? ¿Cuántos años tiene?
23, 28.
Me llamo Hamza. ¿Cuántos años? 21.
Pregúntales si estaba organizado desde Marruecos o por redes sociales.
لا لا ما قالوا الناس في تيك توك قول لهم المغرب وما اللي تخلونا
The police in Morocco, they told them to come.
Right now we have this young kid translating for us. We just asked them if they came through because of social media and TikTok, and they just said that the Moroccan police let them in. Why'd you come here to Spain? ¿Por qué vinieron aquí a España?
I didn't even know that, but like I said, you don't have to know something or hear something from them to know that that's probably what's going on, right? Because I automatically assumed that they didn't really have phones and stuff like that in Morocco, right? Just based on that assumption. So I was like, the government most likely had some hand to play in it, right? It was. Come on, guys.
No tengo vivis a Marruecos.
¿Y por qué?
Porque no tengo vivis, no tengo trabajo, no tengo dinero.
The situation here is getting a little dicey right now. Everyone just comes out yelling. Nobody really knows what language. I'm speaking English, Spanish. They're speaking broken Spanish and Moroccan.
Amigo, gracias, muchas gracias.
Ahora a Londres, ¿dónde vas?
Amigo, Marruecos.
Europa.
To Europe.
Europa, todo
¿Qué
Europa.
parte?
Nosotros todo Europa. Hasta, te digo yo, hasta Rumanía. Rusia necesita mano obra barata, Marruecos manda. Derechos humanos, no hay Marruecos, no hay derechos humanos, ¿no? Pues vamos a buscarlo, hasta en China, derechos humanos.
So here you have a group of them that all came through from Morocco. Where are you guys going now? Paris, Londres?
Sí,
Barcelona.
Alemania, Bruxelles, Bélgica, Danemark, Holanda. يا من يامال, I love you.
And how old are you guys?
El mundo. 28.
He's 28.
21.
¿Por qué mujeres no vinieron aquí?
Mujeres a la casa, como dice en el Islam.
All these men right here, not a single woman.
Wait, what?
Mujeres a la casa, como dice en
Women are in the house like it say in Islam. Well, look, it's that problematic religion again. It's kind of crazy how it's not the religion, yet everybody seems to be doing this. Like, I knew something was up when Sneeko said that, you know, now they will know what the third world is like. I kind of figured something was up. I did wonder, you know? I wondered.
Islam.
All these men right here, not a single woman in sight. He said something about woman in Islam. What does Islam think about women?
Yeah, he was saying that.
Well, they treat them like property. Then you get some dumbass Western Muslims that were born and raised in a place like America that think that, you know, the Muslim culture is like somehow magically the best culture in the world. And if you go to a place like Iran where that religion reigns supreme, you see a whole different story. But I wouldn't expect an American moron to understand anything that has to do with a foreign country, right?
Islam says that women must be kept at home.
So they leave all the wives back in their country where there's no money, no jobs, no food, but then they come here all by themselves?
Correct.
You as a woman, how did you feel seeing 40,000, 60,000 migrants come across the border here?
Me sentí amenazada. No podía salir con el bebé, no podíamos salir porque yo vivo en un ático, pero tengo vecinos que vivían en el primero y tenían miedo de que saltaran a las casas. Es peligroso, porque cuando vienen en avalancha es peligroso.
How do you feel knowing that the women here feel threatened, amenazados?
I feel very, very angry. I cannot understand how we let our own woman live with fear, running to their homes with the baby. Like, I don't want to stay in the street. I go home. Thank you. I'm not gonna allow this. Any Spanish guy shouldn't allow this. If we are men, if we are real men, we should do something right now.
And you're the only one out here.
If the military and the government won't do anything to help y'all, then y'all obviously need to do something, right? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what I think that should happen, but you know, I'm sure y'all can come up with an idea on what should happen. You know, YouTube doesn't really believe in freedom of speech, so unfortunately I really can't say much, but I'm sure y'all have a genuine idea of what should happen.
The only one here from Madrid. No one didn't came with me. No one wanted to come with me.
Do you think if strong men don't stand up for countries in Europe and America, they'll eventually fall?
Yes. If
Yeah,
we don't
they
wake
will.
up now, we will fall for sure.
He's right. He's absolutely right, by the way. He's right. Every average person knows this. They're just not saying it, or they're trying to just do their job and keep their head down. And let me tell you something to the people that just want to do their job and keep their head down. There will be no future. There will be no future for any of your family members, for anyone here that's already here and have a country that is a Western culture that is their home. There is no other country you can flee to that will help you. If the country falls that you live in as a Western culture, you will fall.
This is our moment. Wake up, Europe. Wake up.
Do you think it will take vigilantes to actually make a difference here inside of
I'm
Europe?
the fucking first vigilante here. They're gonna fear me. I'm sick of this push. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of seeing women, Spanish women, running away in our fucking own country. I'm sick of this.
The police here only came after it took place. They're not reacting to the cause.
They're still not really doing much to get them out. A lot of the people, from what I understand, have just been leaving because they don't have any actual benefits for them.
To what actually caused it to happen.
They're not reacting. They are under the orders of the government.
Yep.
They cannot do anything. They cannot do anything. It's the only people, only the people in the ground, only the citizens can do something. Citizens, wake up. This is our moment. We need to wake up as citizens, as European citizens.
Now we got word that there are people up in the top of the mountain hiding from the police, so we headed to the tip top. Because of how the situation got, people left the border and they started heading up the mountain of this small city, and now they're up top here in the mountain. This is where they're sleeping and staying away from the authorities up here on the top of these mountains. They're coming down right now. You have a group of them coming through right here.
There they go.
And this is where they're sleeping to stay away from the authorities. Right there, they had that man running away. So they're staying
Well,
up.
if the citizens know where they're at, I guarantee you that the citizens have told the military where they're at. The question is why hasn't the military removed them yet?
Here inside of the mountain, and then they're staying away from the authorities. There's another one coming out of the mountain right there.
Ah, there it goes.
And now the military's coming through right now. Military just came through, yelled at the person, now they're running back up into the mountain. Look, now there's another one coming through the mountain right here. Everyone just coming out, popping out of this mountain right now. Two guys
They've
right
like
there,
infested the
another guy
mountain.
right there. 3 guys just popped out of the mountain. And this guy just ran right into the bush. And the other guys who just ducked out of the mountain just came and jumped into this brush right here. Morocco? Barcelona?
No more wishes. No,
So now
What do they got wood for? Why do they have wood?
You as a woman, how did you feel?
Why do they have wood? The dude just has wood now. What the fuck's going on here? God damn it. Come on.
City.
Everybody
Hit anyone. Up top here. Morocco?
I want to see the wood.
Jumped into
What is that? What was that in his hand? I accidentally. Oh, it is wood, right? Boards. Why do you have? Yeah, no, it's like firewood.
So now all these guys are just coming out of the mountain. They can't get food, but they all have cigarettes somehow.
Yeah, I bet they do. I bet they do.
¿Qué pasó aquí?
A rock? Oh, look at that. Wow, it's almost like they're on a crusade, guys. It's almost as if they're on a crusade. All the same freaking religion. Same religion that led 2 planes into the towers. 47 years, guys. 47 years, but they want us to believe that it's not the same.
No. And right now they have people going on runs with sticks to fight off anybody that potentially comes their way. That's how crazy it's getting right now here. You have people living up here in the mountains. There's 20 people living behind that bush right there. These guys are all going to Madrid, and runners are running around with sticks to hit anyone if they were trying to attack them on their run.
Yeah.
In Spain, are you guys able to have guns? Can you own a gun?
No.
Houthi flag. H-O-U-T-H-I. H-O-U. Oh, fuck's sake. Hold on. What does the Iran... Dude, I can't spell today, bro. I'm cooked. Flag, say... There we go. Look at that. Look at that. This seems almost like it's conducive to Hitler, huh? Especially this part right here. This seems like a very problematic religion that we got going on here. Allah Akbar, huh? Seems very problematic.
No, it's forbidden. But military people and police, they have their own guns, and I know a lot of people here is bringing their personal weapons.
So if you're like that runner right there who doesn't have a gun, you're carrying a stick.
Yeah, correct. He's carrying a stick. A lot of people is carrying sticks. Groups of local people with sticks everywhere. Everyone, for security reasons, man.
Wow, so not guns.
How much tax? Whoops. I can't spell today, bro. I just can't spell it. I just can't spell for shit. Look at that. Federation for American Immigrant Reform. Look at that. Look at all that money. Look at all that taxpayer money, boys. Look at all that taxpayer money. $110 billion a year. How much? How much money do we spend a year? Much on that? I butchered the shit out of that. That I just couldn't spell for whatever reason, so. Is what it is. VA total budget, disability comparison. So we spend... I feel like that's a Trump thing. Let's try for 116 billion. So we spend as much, we spend roughly about the same amount on immigrants that we do our own retired veterans. Because that was a specific year per year. So 400, 450. Where was that? Where's that other estimate at? So 450. We're spending about 950 to 1,100 per U.S. taxpayer. Where was that amount at? I can't find it anymore. Was it like 150 billion? Widely gross annual 150 bill right here. Goddamn, I could not find that, dude. So we spend about 400 billion a year on our veterans, but somehow I find that hard to believe. Think about how many veterans don't have transportation, don't have the PTSD support that they need. Some of them aren't able to get to the VA on a regular basis because of how poorly ran that bitch is. Think about that. Yeah, these guys come here and they're given multi-billion-dollar houses. How's that make any sense? I feel like there's some discrepancies here.
But sticks.
Yeah, not guns but sticks, like in the medieval.
Welcome to Europe.
Welcome to Europe. Welcome to the medieval age.
Why do you think your politicians are allowing this to happen?
If they allow this to become the third world...
That is true. There's probably a lot of veterans that are scamming. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Not even. The healthcare. Think about that. Think about the healthcare. I completely forgot about the damn healthcare. What do you get as a retired veteran? You get the health cards. You get the health card. You go to a health clinic, right? And then the scammers, they get the health benefits. So people that are dead are still, dude. Bro, so even the people that die, they're still able to collect those benefits, and it carries from, dude. Bro, we just found a loophole right here. So there were the healthcare places that were using the old people benefits to maintain like a current income, right? Like they would sit there and charge like $50,000 for a chair that the person, number one, is dead. They never have to make the chair and they get $50,000. They remember whenever Nick Shirley was down in, I think it was California, and he was the healthcare woman was telling him that the cards, the Social Security, not the Social Security cards, those Social Security cards or the benefits that these older people get are better than your actual your Social Security number, right? Not what is it? It's like healthcare cards or something like that. It's the bullshit the government gives you. The healthcare, like Medicaid and stuff like that. If you could get your hands on that number, you can continue to charge the number. That's why it costs so damn much right there. Like,
they know, people in power, they know that they will be able to do whatever they want. They will increase their power because a ruler in the third world is a real ruler.
And so you're saying in a first world country where there's order, that way the politician...
Here, actually, you know what? Let me pull that up. Let me pull it up so that way I noticed that. Here, let me pull it up. I'm probably going to move on from this video after that. Let me go to Nick Shirley. It's funny how I can spell that, but yo, I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm not even going to sit here and bullshit with y'all. Was it this one? No, it wasn't this one.
12.9 million.
It was the California one. It was California one. Nope. Video. This is Nick Shirley interviews. I don't think it's going to be here. It is this one. It's this one, right?
Today is a big...
Come on. It's not that one. It's further down. Where's it at? Is it this one? It's this one. Right here. Come on. No, there's a lady that he talked to towards the end.
Your own hospice. You have Advent Hospice right here. If you want to start your own home healthcare, you can just put up a white piece of paper and stick a logo onto it and say that's your home
right
healthcare
here. Right here. This is the lady.
A Medicare ID number.
Here you go.
5 years ago during COVID, that people were building hospices and selling them. It was like a business these people made. So it's an easy way to build Medicare with their people's beneficiary numbers that people can easily steal and even purchase and buy. They buy numbers from people and tell them, give me your Medicare beneficiary number and I will give you something in return.
And what does that mean?
That's what I was saying.
Give you my beneficiary number.
So there's an ID that you have. Medicare gives you. Medicare is for anybody 65 and over. So they'll give you a Medicare ID number, and that number is what's used to bill Medicare.
So essentially,
and a lot of veterans have those numbers, right? If I'm not mistaken, they have a number like that. I mean, how many of y'all ladies out there that are married to veterans, they have that number, right? And then they go to like a healthcare place, and then they use it, and then somehow it manages to work its way. Like, let's say it gets stolen, the number gets taken out of the system, whether it be through like foreign hack or something like that. Who knows? Maybe even the facility sold that number, right? The thing is like, I just don't believe it, you know? Like, obviously there's a lot of money being spent on veterans, but how many of those charges are even from the veterans? Because, like, think about how long it takes to get into the VA. Think about how poor the experience. I don't think I've ever been to the VA with any of my family members that I've ever been with growing up where it was a good experience. Right? It's been a joke. It's ass. It's dog shit. So obviously, per the usual, they have to find something else to fuck up. Is there anything else that happens here? Let's move on. It's already 10:30, dude. That video just wipes, bro. It wipes, man, every time.
Well,
So
just
here we
like
go.
Team Biden lied to us about the border being secure for years, Spain is lying to the world about its own massive migrant crisis. Over the weekend, they claimed that the situation was under control. No problema. The Moroccan invaders were home. Really. Thousands are reportedly setting up camp on the beaches there and in the streets, refusing to leave. Some really gross video coming out of there. Independent journalist Nick Shirley is on the ground in Ceuta and is finding that they also aren't very
Yo. It's a beautiful day whenever you see somebody like Nick Shirley running for his life, being chased by an immigrant with a knife, right? But remember, guys, they're not violent.
Watch out, watch out.
And it not an immigrant, an illegal. My apologies.
Now we got people throwing stuff at us. Look, he's got the rocks now. He's throwing rocks. Oh. They're throwing rocks.
They literally invaded a different country and are throwing rocks.
No. Look, now we're getting...
How many people? How many? God, dude, can you fuck off, please? Fuck off! How many invaded Spain? Oh, wait. I think that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. Hold on. How many? Oh, damn it. Whatever. It should still figure it out, right? I didn't ask it this before on the other video. I want to know how much. $50,000 crossing by land and sea, many swimming around the border, break water and climbing fences. Boom. How many Americans stormed the beaches on D-Day? $57. Control V. Come on. Dude, I hate this so much. C, V. Man, we off by 7K, huh? And look at that. Off by 7K. That's crazy. Huh. 7,000. That's what we're off by. That's crazy. That sure is something, though, ain't it? Oh, wait, not that. Bro, I'm actually getting really triggered right now. Where did the fucking thing go? Really? Oh, here it is.
He has a knife. He has a knife.
They just wanted a better life. Here with us to discuss is independent journalist Nick.
They want a better life. Maybe don't start by moving to a different country and then attacking the citizens or people. How about that?
Nick, what did I tell you the last time I saw you last week? I said you got to be careful out there. I know it's late for you. I'm glad you were able to outrun them. What happened after you were chased? Where exactly were you? Were there police or anyone there to help you?
Yeah, we ran down to the bottom of the hill because we were kind of on the top of the hill at that point when we were getting chased. And then we saw the guy reach for his knife and he said he was going to stab both of us. So we obviously ran as far as we could. And then we got to a spot and it was funny. Our car was parked like right next to where the guy was, where he threatened to stab us. So we had to get in a police car and then have them drop us off so we didn't get stabbed or the guy didn't come after us again.
Well, there goes your camera. That's okay. Were you, was that a Moroccan? I mean, who was that guy? Were these migrants that were still hanging around? Or
it was either a Moroccan that was an Israeli, or he was a brainwashed citizen. It's either one or the other. There's not really much in between.
People?
Yeah, it was a group of people that were still hanging around. Some of the Moroccans that hadn't gone back yet. There's still thousands of people on this. It's basically like a little island because it's just this part of Spain that's just all by itself on the African continent. So,
they think it's theirs.
That's what happened.
Yeah, they think it's theirs.
Yeah,
right?
but it's
there's a lot. Look at how close.
But it's never been theirs.
Yeah, well, it go back hundreds and hundreds of years. We can do the entire Islamic march through Europe too. But Nick, you notice something peculiar about this group? Watch.
Once again, not a single woman in sight. This is all just a group of men right here, all being escorted down the mountain from the Spanish military. And how old are you guys? 28. He's 28.
28, 21. I can't type for shit today. Am I spelling that wrong? Oh, you know what? No way I can spell Normandy, but dude. Wow. Well, look at that. Look at that. That's real weird, ain't it, guys? That's crazy. Huh. How many? You know what? We don't even need to ask that. We don't even need to ask that. We don't need to ask that. There's no point.
21.
There's no point.
¿Por qué mujeres no vinieron aquí?
Mujeres a la casa, como dice en el Islam.
Explain that.
Same religion.
The point about Islam, women stay at home like Islam says. This is conquest. This is not just looking for
no,
yeah.
No, this is colonization, conquest. It's their version of the Crusades. That's what's going on here.
They got a goal.
Yeah, and it's like if you had no job, no money inside of your country, why would you leave your wife there?
Yeah.
And it's very interesting to think that all these men, they're all 21 to 28 years old, and they're all coming here, like literally in the truckloads. Like truckloads of men just got dropped off at the border. The Moroccan government let them through, and then the Spain government literally opened up the gate for them.
So when they say that
Here's one that I haven't asked yet. So we already know. Here's one that I haven't asked. Here. We already know what the Iran-backed Houthi flag says, right? That's what it says right here, right? We all know what it says. What does the backed terrorist Houthi flag say? It says this: God the greatest, Allah Akbar, death to America, death to Israel, curse upon the Jews for frick's sake. That's, I don't know, guys. This might be a woke thing to say, but that might be anti-Semitic. I wonder. I know it's supposed to be N-O-N-E. I just said that to be funny. Leave me alone. Bringing out the grammar pirates of the internet now. Oh, come on! I didn't even realize I did that. Damn it! Whatever. I don't type, so it's not my thing, right? Their ideology, goals, and justification for violence on... Oh, wow. So you mean to tell me they explicitly base their ideology, goals, and justification for violence on interpretations of Islam? Wow! So you mean every terrorist organization in the Middle East is Islam? They're Islamic. So you mean to tell me that in the past 47 years of American history, every terrorist attack that's been on American soil and against Americans and Western culture over the past 47 years all across the Middle East and around the world has been explicitly because of the Islamic religion? Huh. That seems like a problematic religion. That's what Super Grok says. I mean, Super Grok says this, not me. Super Grok came to this conclusion. Not me, guys. I didn't do it. I just asked it a question. That's all I did. Just saying.
Like they led us to believe that 50,000 people were returned to Morocco.
But I'm sure YouTube will find a way to suppress this, right? But that's okay. I upload to everything now, so get fucked.
That is not what you're seeing.
No, I mean, there were thousands of people up in the mountains. Like, everywhere you look when you're driving around the town, you'd look up in the hill and there'd be somebody crawling out of the mountain. Like, who knows how many people are still there?
I
like,
mean,
there's not a real number you could give.
What do they expect to? What they expect to just stay there and get taken care of? Or there's obviously a lot of break-ins that we've seen. A lot of people bashing in people's windows. So what do they expect to get?
The goal is to make it over the mainland, and then from there, I heard people say they're going to want to go to Romania. They want to go to Paris. They want to go to London.
They want to go to Romania because Romania is already destabilized as fuck. That's why. Romania is super destabilized.
Germany, you name it. They want to go anywhere inside of Europe.
Nick, all I can say is be careful.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm glad you held on to your camera. I love that. You jogged pretty fast with that camera, but that was close.
He's going to have to stay in shape if he keeps going to these foreign countries, bro.
Nick, be careful, please.
Nick Shirley.
You're crazy. You're crazy, but we love you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox.
So the WNBA is going through an existential crisis.
Oh, by the way, before we start this video, on Friday in Texas, it will no longer be legal to buy THC, which I think is a step backwards in what we should be aiming for. I do. I can't even take THC. I can't. It messes me up really bad. I don't know why all of a sudden we are taking a step back when we should be taking more steps forward in, because life is already miserable as it is. A lot of people use THC and marijuana to, relieve the stress. And it's definitely way better than smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. But, if you don't have Americans being systematically put in hospitals to feed the hospital moneymaker, right? That's a problem.
So the WNBA is going through an existential crisis because they have to deal with the fact that the overwhelming majority think that biological men shouldn't compete in women's sports.
And they shouldn't. They shouldn't compete in women's sports. Let me tell you something. If you claim to be a woman as a born male, then I am an illegal immigrant that needs subsidized funding to support my lifestyle. That's going to be my go-to from now on. If you want to sit here and play in women's sports, then I am an illegal immigrant and I need taxpayer money, and I need $1 million house too. While you're at it, I'll take all those things.
It all started after Sophie Cunningham said this.
I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. I think it's really important to protect children. If Title IX and women's sports weren't protected, then you wouldn't hear about any type of women in sport.
People are losing their... Oh, here we go.
One of the big news stories has been Sophie Cunningham. How I'm seeing it is sports is about belonging. It's about inclusivity, and that includes trans women. So I'm all about inclusivity.
I'm not kidding about this. I am prepared to buy a WNBA expansion franchise. I pledge to have a 100% trans team, the most inclusive team in history. I think that these people...
That is an all-male team. What are you doing? What are we doing?
Are going to need to literally get the shit beaten out of them by trans people in order for them to realize how wrong they are. The South Park episode becomes reality.
What is your stance on men or athletes who test as biological male participating in women's sports? What's your personal stance?
Yeah, I don't know that I would say that I'm educated enough from a scientific standpoint. I don't ever believe that exclusion is an answer.
Would you welcome a biological male in WNBA?
Again, it's like, I don't know when we talk about...
Isn't it crazy how cucked they are by such an obvious reality?
I just don't feel like exclusion is an answer, and I think that we need to...
Like I said, if biological men can claim that they're women and be put into women's sports, I am an illegal immigrant and I need my money now. It's my money and I want it now. I want my house. I was promised to it 3,000 years ago by the Karens of the Karenocracy. I shouldn't be excluded from that. Just throwing that out there. I feel like I'm being excluded from the immigrants. The illegals. I'm sorry, guys. There are actually immigrants out there that have assimilated with American culture that haven't just been handed amnesty. And W to those people, by the way. They hold jobs and they make jobs by owning businesses. W. But I'm an illegal and I need my money now. It's my money and I want it now.
Have deeper, more layered conversations.
And you'd be okay with them in the locker room?
Head coach Cheryl Reeve protesting.
Actually, you know what? We're on a roll today. Hold on. I know some of y'all don't like him, and I haven't pulled him out for a while because of that, but I really want to see what Miles says about this.
Hey, what's shaking?
How's it going, Miles? It's been a while. So, what do you think about men playing in women's sports as transgender women?
It has been a minute. I'm good. Just coasting. As for that, honestly, it's a mess. I think it's unfair to the women who've put in the work. Biological advantages aren't something you can just identify away. You know what I'm saying? It kills the whole point of having a separate category for women's sports in the first place. Where do you land on it?
Well, my view of it is if they actually allow that, then couldn't I claim to be an illegal immigrant and be like, hey, I want free money and welfare and a house and free transportation? I mean, if they're allowed to do that, then why can't I do that? I mean, if you want to instead of doing this whole flip, why not just do it across the board? Because I feel excluded if trans people feel excluded from women's sports. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I see where you're going with that. You're basically pointing out the glitch in the logic. Like, if the rules are just based on how someone feels or identifies in the moment to get a specific benefit, then the whole system of categories and requirements just evaporates. It becomes a free-for-all where whoever claims the right status wins. It's a wild way to run a society for sure.
Yo, that AI is so based. That AI is so good. Oh my God. I just could not resist. I could not resist. I'm sorry. Yo. That AI is so good.
Sophie Cunningham saying that men belong in women's sports.
Well, we see Cheryl Reeve wearing a shirt today in support of trans kids. Trans kids belong on the shirt. This in the aftermath of...
You know where they belong? They belong in Child Protective Services because they were a victim of grooming by their parents, most likely their mother.
And yesterday, Cheryl Reeve spent a lot of time talking at length with the media about this topic.
I think that you need to press this twice as hard. This person is preferencing an ideological dogma over an observable reality. That's scary. You don't want cultists running your life.
Cheryl Reeve, the coach who wore a Trans Kids Belong shirt to troll Sophie Cunningham, gets upset whenever men take coaching jobs from women.
And so to this day, we still don't have more women coaching in college basketball than we do men. In comes the NBA folks again, who had cast us aside.
You shouldn't hire somebody based on their gender or ethnicity. That's backwards thinking. That's what got us slavery. Okay? So what you need to do is hire somebody based on merit. And hire people equally based on merit. That's how it works, okay? If you've got more experience, guess what? You get the job. You don't have a bad criminal record. You haven't had any arrests. You went to college for that thing and you're really good at it. You've had prior work experience. Guess what? You get the job. Your skin color is not a merit. You don't get a job because of your skin color or what's in between your legs unless it's a job designated for that type of person. You wouldn't expect a woman model to show up to a male's model competition. You wouldn't expect that. You know why? Because it's wrong.
Many years.
Cast you aside, they're subsidizing you. What do you mean? You're biting the hand that feeds you. Yep. What?
And then we have more men that we need to get on this right away, and we can't let this happen.
And it's also not great if we end up pushing out a bunch of women in favor of men who bring the three letters NBA with them.
Isn't it fucking insane? And here we go. I didn't think I could dislike anyone more than Clark. Congrats, Cunningham. I can't think of a better advertisement for what my ideology is than this. Cunningham's elbowed in the face. What is this?
Oh, okay. I think it should be an offensive foul. I don't think it should be.
And let me guess, she didn't get a foul, right?
She got elbowed in the face. And she got the foul for that?
That's crazy. She got hit in the face, and they fouled her. It's almost like YouTube all over again, boys.
WNBA plotting, like, I don't even know what to say. What it's all about, young fan's face, gifted her a game, worn shoe, wow.
By the way, she's the most, like, female sports lady in the entire NBA. She's the most liked. Most people watch the NBA for her. Nobody else. And the NBA is allowing her to be brutalized on the court. This is no different than what was going on whenever segregation ended. Right? That's literally what this is. White people are being brutalized now.
How nice. It's very obvious why this animosity exists. It's obvious what's going on.
Yep.
You know what the worst thing about this to me is? It's not even the trans stuff. It's the fact that that fucking hag is sitting around talking about how bad the NBA is. That's fucking insane. If it wasn't for the NBA,
You would have a job
on fucking welfare. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Exactly. These people are cooked in the brain, dude. Their noodles are scrambled.
Earlier, you mentioned Morocco. What do you mean
Morocco?
Israel? Is it Israel and
Isn't it
America
Morocco?
got the Moroccan government to send like 40,000 people into Spanish.
He gaining weight? Is he getting fat? I kind of see it in his face a little bit. No, it has to be maybe the camera. There's no way.
It's not even on some conspiracy shit either. Like the New York Times is openly covering it as such.
I love this line of messaging because it's actually completely in line with the way that I feel. He's basically saying that Israel attacked Spain with a bioweapon, and the bioweapon was immigrants. That's the whole point. See? Yes. All right, now we're coming around.
It was classic Israel in the way that they did it.
Israel and Morocco conspired together to import in a bunch of the same people that I want to import into the country to punish the country.
I love how everyone keeps blaming Israel, but if you look at what religion they're pushing inside of... You know, we just watched a video where the people that flooded into Spain, they're Islamists. They're not from Israel. They're not Jewish, bro. They're Islam. Their religion is Islam. The primary dominant religion in Israel is Jewish. Where are their most congregation of Islam people at? Iran. Middle East, for the most part.
And Israel and Morocco are bad because they were trying to punish Spain by importing in a bunch of...
Just look at the damn religion. Look at their damn religion. They all believe the same thing.
The people that I want to come into the country. It's so insanely stupid. I can't even believe this.
It's not my damn fault.
Well,
New York Times said Morocco did it. But did they say Israel told them to? No, they didn't.
So he basically, even the New York Times said this. Well, did they say that? No, they didn't.
I'm skeptical that Israel and the U.S. got Morocco to do it. It seems like something Morocco did on its own. Really.
Everybody knows that these African countries can't do anything on their own. If Morocco ever does anything, they don't have their own autonomy. They can't make decisions. They don't have a government, obviously, right? Because we're not racist.
They were doing it after the
racist.
American government literally signaled that they want Morocco to do it. Come on, dude. I don't know if Israel...
Where did you get that information from? Where did you get the information from America or in the government that it was America signaling to the Morocco government to do it? Where did you feel that from? Where did you suss that information from? How did you even attain that? Like, what the hell made you come to that conclusion for the... Like, what? Bro. Like, there's a difference between pulling shit out of your ass and seeing a bunch of points on a graph.
Much to do with this, they'll take advantage of it, but Morocco has done this before independently. I know, but never to
The chatter actually makes more sense than he does, and it's not even remotely close.
It has a lot to do with Spain's attitude.
Who the fuck watches this guy? Who watches this guy? Seriously, who the hell watches Hassan? I know that on Kick, like most of his viewership plummeted whenever. Oh no, that was Sneeko. Never mind.
Against America, against NATO, against America's actions in Iran, and also Spain's statements against.
I think that it's hilarious that they had to cap Asmongold at 35,000 views, and Hassan still can't even scratch the surface of how many viewers Asmon has. Hassan is like perpetually stuck in a shadow on behind Asmongold. He's literally like a pimple on Asmon's ass.
Israel as well.
This logic in my mind is so profoundly and impressively stupid, it doesn't even make me mad. This is coming from a person that wants to bring in a bunch of migrants and a bunch of these random people from Africa and the Middle East into Western countries. He's one of them, right? Why is it that this is even a bad thing? How are you framing this as a punishment that Israel and America are enacting on Spain when you want this punishment to be the actual
The thing is I kind of feel it like this, is that if they're saying that the invasion is because of Israel and America, and we're not doing anything to cause this invasion, we should be. That's my opinion. We should show them what it looks like when we actually want something. And I'm not talking about with the all talk and no do government that we have now. I'm talking about with a government that is willing to do what it takes to win a war. Because I don't think the world is ready for that kind of government. I don't. And to be quite frank, I don't think any American is either. With the technological dominations that we have in our military, we could rule the world. We could. Hell, we could probably already be in another solar system if we wanted. But we're not, because we keep, well, I'm going to say it, we keep cucking ourselves. We do. We letting all these third worlders, like, ruin all these different Western countries and cultures instead of forcing them to assimilate. We hurting ourselves, man. We're turning into the third world. We are.
Policy. What the implication of this is? The act of the... Yes. Fucking Asmongold. People trying to come back. Why doesn't this happen in China? Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Nobody knows why.
Same thing with Poland, right? Why doesn't it happen in Poland or North Korea? This doesn't happen in North Korea. I wonder why that could be. Huh. It's a mystery to us all. Surely it has... Nah,
I don't do this in China. What?
YouTube doesn't believe in freedom of speech, so I can't say that. It might be taken out of context and used against me, so...
The fuck is this? Oh, that's smart. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to get over this. I think this could just be the end of the migration problem right here. Yeah, this is it. It's over.
Literally put some boobies out in the middle of the ocean, bro. Like, what is that? Come on. Ugh, let me use the bathroom. Oh, okay, we back. We back. What do we got today? We got Code Blue. Where's Midwest Safety? Of course. Right here. Really? You actually have to watch him for you have to sub and watch him for 15 minutes before you can chat. I want people to chat. You know why? Because if they chat, then that means I can pull them up and ban them pretty quickly. So I don't want them watching me. I mean, if you watch somebody, the amount of like actual commitment you have to watch somebody for 15 minutes, that's impressive. That's actually impressive. What is this?
Will we be able to step in and make a formal complaint?
I should actually start whenever I get up in the morning. I should just immediately have these ready. The backdrop like this would probably make everyone's life just a little teeny tiny bit easier, huh? Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on with this shit. There. Okay. What the hell? Okay, there it goes. So for this video, which card are we going with? A or B for this video? I don't even know, like, try to make this the way, like, that way, so I don't... A or B? B. A. B. I vote B positive. Ah. That's good. That's pretty good right there. You did B yesterday. I did too sometimes. Right after Wade, they're like 3 schizos whining on Trump, getting on I get timed out by daily. That's hilarious, bro. If anyone is B positive and look, don't know a kidney, I'd be eternally grateful. LOL. Is black. I'm not surprised. Damn, it seems like we gotta be 50-50. I'll have to do a coin toss if it's 50-50. Uh-oh. Looks like it's gonna be 50-50. I'll have to do a coin toss. Do I have a coin? Surely I got a foreign coin around here somewhere, right? At least I did. You know what's funny is like I cleaned. Oh, here we go. I got a big coin. I got a 50-cent piece. There's nothing more American as an American than having a 50-cent piece on your desk, right? I mean, let's be honest here. It don't get much more American than that. I guess heads is A and then tails is B. It landed heads. I picked it up. Just like that. Boom. Okay. Here we go. Let's get it.
You did that already, right? No, this is another. I just want to talk about the stop sign, the recess stop sign that's there. Okay.
We just want to know
recess stop sign.
The other day he got arrested for supposedly running that stop sign that didn't exist.
Arrested for it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Either way,
Arrested is the same
Being arrested and being detained are two different things.
thing.
If you get arrested, they fingerprint you and it shows up on a record for the rest of your life. Anytime you go to apply for a job, if you've been arrested, you will immediately be asked why you were arrested. If you're detained, none of that happens.
It is the same thing. And our lawyer has explained to us that it is the same thing.
Under the fact that it was an illegal stop, it was. There was no regulations or code guidelines or any instructions. Let's go ahead, Jim.
Well, she got one of those woke ones, right? She got one of those woke DEI lawyers, right?
The reason the stop sign was like it though. Okay. There's no reason why a stop sign should have been there. Only after the stop.
No reason why a stop sign should have been there. I wonder who came to that freaking conclusion. Who did you sit with that told you that a stop sign wasn't supposed to be there? Well, I got pulled over and detained, and then I was told the stop sign should have been there.
Only after the stop sign and getting detained and kidnapped by that officer.
So what that did is shed light on the fact that there wasn't one there, and there probably should have been one there.
There was never one there for
I
the 3
understand
years
that.
that I've been living.
I understand
It
that.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there wasn't one there for 3 years. There's one there now. And that's how it is.
So what about all the other streets?
So explain to me why I can't make a formal complaint about a stop sign that wasn't there and now it's there. That's like saying somebody put up a white only sign on the street after they just banned.
Another racist black guy. Look at that. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk it? Could have surprised me.
And all the black people off of it.
Okay, I'm not making this a race thing.
It is because there was no stop sign before the black man got arrested. And now there's a stop sign there after the black man claimed and the white man claimed that there was a stop sign there.
Oh, brother. Here we go. Oh, man. There it is. Oh, we got the race card being pulled, boys. We already at the race card. Damn, we starting early, aren't we? I hope I get to see somebody get tased today. It's been so long since I've seen somebody get tased. I want to see somebody get tased, damn it. It brings me such joy in the morning. Where's the playlist? Oh, there it is. I was like, where the heck is the playlist? Where's Marv? We got to make sure we have Marv pulled up. Got to make sure he's pulled up. You know what I'm saying? There he is. And we got, let's see, what do we got? We have free canine septum collectible. Should we put, let's see, we got race card. Got a Chud Cop because he said it wasn't racist. Nobody got time for that. Do we have anything else? Warrants for priors as a kid, calls for mommy. Okay. I either want somebody to get pepper sprayed or I want to see somebody get tased.
Convenient for the white guy with the badge, right? To have the stop sign there because the black guy proved that there wasn't a stop
Oh, God. Here we go, man.
sign there, right? You do know that what you're saying right now is going to be on the news, right?
Yep. So that it's.
So what was I, just the guinea pig? The pre-stop?
Keep interrupting me. We're done talking.
Was I the Was I the pre-stop guinea pig?
Let's go.
Was I the pre-stop guinea pig for the stop? I'm here. You guys like me being here. I'm not leaving until I make my complaint.
Okay, arrest him. Put him in jail.
Complaint down the hall.
No, I'm not. I'm trying with you. You have not put out a paper. You have not put out a paper. You have not put out a pen. You have not followed any instructions that
you're a racist piece of shit and you should go to jail. That's why. No one wants to engage with you. You're a piece of shit. No one wants to be around you. You're racist. You immediately brought your race into a situation that had nothing to do with your race. No one wants to be around that, bro. It's annoying. And it's like so tiring. Oh, well, because the stop sign wasn't there before and I'm black, it's because I'm black. Like, dude, what? You had an argument whenever you were saying that the stop sign wasn't there before and that, you know, you didn't see it. Like, I can understand trying to file a complaint about that, but you immediately brought your race into it. Bro, come on. You're just there to cause problems. You're trying to get on the news, trying to get some clout. That's all you want. You're not there to actually make any change with anything.
Asked you to do, and we've been respectful. However,
you're lying to yourself and everybody else there.
You keep wanting to cover for your racist asshole partners. Keep it up, and we're gonna sit right here. Take me to jail, because I want my complaint filed.
You already there. Just handcuff him, dude. Like, what you doing?
Right here, or you're gonna take me to jail.
Let's go.
I asked you for a file complaint. You have not filled out a paper.
Listen to me.
You have not filed out. You have not put out any paper, no pen, no nothing. What are you doing? You just sitting here.
He's probably the guy that will be looking at it later anyway. You dumbass. He's probably going to be the guy that looks at the form. Haven't you noticed he's the only cop there? He's probably the chief of the station, Nimrod. What are you talking about? He's going to be the one that looks over the form, I guarantee you.
To us to
You don't even want to bring us back here. You're trying to have this entire conversation.
Let's do complaints. Now.
I'm sick of this.
And I asked you to give me a statement.
I've been trying to. You have not written anything down. What statement
No,
are
you immediately brought racism into this. Nobody wants to hear that, dude. Because, like, the minute you use racism, you might as well just say the earth is flat. Nobody has time for that, dude. I'm sorry. Like, no one is. The minute you do that, you null and void everything that you're doing because you sound like the racist. No one brought skin color into anything.
Do you have a great memory, sir? Because last time we came here, we explained it to you, and you still are talking about the bullshit.
And in regards to these, our attorney has advised us not to do this yet, but he has advised us to come down here and make a formal complaint. And we're trying to do that, and you're not letting us do that.
I'm trying to tell you, but you keep interrupting.
You said we don't have a right to file a complaint about the stop sign being there after.
How can he say that if you keep interrupting him? You're not giving him the chance to talk.
Magically appeared after I got arrested for the stop
Any
sign.
lawyer that sees this, by the way, is immediately going to be like, "Nah, I'm out." They're either going to be like, "Nah, I'm out," or you're going to have to give me $50K, $150K just to take this on. You don't need $150K for a case that you're going to win. You need $150K for a case that might lose.
So now there's an intentional threat to violate me and have a stop sign there on my street when it wasn't one at first.
It's not your street. It's public domain, dumbass. You don't own the street. You're not paying taxes on the street. You're paying taxes, a portion of your money, to fix the street, sure, but it's not your street. It belongs to everybody.
So now y'all fucking with me, right? Who put it there? Your chief, right? For what reason? No reason, because
safety of the public. He put it there for the safety of the public, which, by the way, you can't seem to follow. That's why you're here threatening a cop, calling the station racist, and saying that after he ran the stop sign. Mind you, he ran the stop sign, and he's the one complaining.
There wasn't any street official that said put it there. There was any public anything. So now if I take that $2 stop sign and it goes,
we're not taking this complaint with you being animated like you are.
Animated. You weren't taking it before I wasn't animated, motherfucker. So what's the difference now?
Because you're using language that nobody should be forced to engage with. I wouldn't want to engage with this individual either. You can sit down and talk like a civilized human being, but if you're going to sit there and act like that, nobody's going to want to listen to you. I guarantee you, if he walked up inside of that lawyer's office talking like that, that lawyer would immediately tell him to get off the premises. In a heartbeat. I guarantee it wouldn't matter what race that person was either, that lawyer. It wouldn't matter what race the cop was either. He'd probably be saying the same thing. Nobody wants to engage with this type of antagonistic, threatening behavior. Like, look at the way he's moving. Look at his body language. It's disgusting. Nobody wants to be around this. It's violent. It's aggressive.
Listen to me.
It only gets done when I get loud.
Yep,
and then they put me in handcuffs when I gotta say
maybe you shouldn't be loud. You can act like a civil human being. You don't have to be loud, bro. You're not preaching in front of 1,000 people. You're in a small room off to the side, and you're sitting there talking and yelling so damn loud that it's echoing throughout probably the entire station.
Right.
I know.
The thing is I can hear you.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the other cop came in because he heard them talking. They can hear you throughout the entire station because of how loud you're being, dude. Like, calm down.
And that's disorderly
We're
conduct.
trying to make
I'm not talking to you.
I don't
give
care.
a fuck. We're
We
trying to
are
make
here
a complaint.
together
Just
making
bring
this
it down.
complaint.
That's all I'm
We've been
asking.
bringing it down. He ain't
Just
been
bring
filing
it
no
down.
paperwork. He ain't been putting nothing down. He ain't been writing. Where's your pen and your motherfucking pad?
So let's talk.
Get the shit. I'm telling you now, these little motherfuckers out here, your little new officers you got on duty, the next time I catch them in front of my house, I'm guaranteeing I'm going to walk outside and we're going to have a chat. And
okay, you just threatened the police. Congratulations. Now you're going to jail.
It's not a threat. We're going to have a
Are you
chat.
going to let me talk?
We tried, and you're not hearing us. Write the fucking complaint down. I don't give a fuck if it's about a mouse crossing the street and it had a fucking blue uniform on. Write the fucking complaint. Write it. Because we're complaining about your chief and your employees and your fucking staff coming to my address and arresting me, pulling me out of my car, my house, and then harassing me and telling me to go back in my fucking house while my car is parked on the street in front of my address. Now, your officer made the mistake. He f***ed up and he admitted it. Now, the stop sign is there after it wasn't. Explain to me why are you...
He gave you a warning and they fixed it, man. They fixed it. The city was probably working on it. The zoning wasn't done. The money had already been paid for. All they needed to do was wait for the sign to be put up. He gave you a warning. You didn't even have to do anything. And now you showing up. He didn't arrest you. And now there's a stop sign there. There's a stop sign there probably because there was a safety reason. Guarantee you. You can't have an intersection without a stop sign, man.
You and your personal chief taking an executive order to put a stop sign there when it wasn't supposed to.
You know how long it takes to get the city to do anything? I guarantee you that stop sign had been planned to go up for months, if not years prior. They don't just put a stop sign up overnight. That's not how it works, man. It takes a while. I don't think you realize how long it takes for the city to get anything done, bro.
To be there. So now you guys know what you did after your chief watched the video. After your chief watched the video. I want to give you the basis of my complaint, motherfucker. After the chief watched the...
Dude, I would not sit there and continue to have him sit there and call me names like that, dude. I would either be like, you can leave or you can be arrested. Because, like, dude, no one should have to deal with that kind of language around themselves. It's like smoking, bro. Just go away. Shoo. Maybe come back with a better attitude. They'd be more willing to listen. Like, I really think, like, attitude is I don't think that I know this. Attitude is everything when it comes to speaking to other people. if you give a bad first impression to anybody, that's going to stick with them forever. And it doesn't matter how cool of a person you are, right? If you start with a bad impression like he did, that entire station is going to know who you are and what you did. And it doesn't matter what skin color you are. If you're an asshole, people are going to pick up on that really quickly.
Watch the video.
Let's go.
Now he turns off the light. Now he turns off the light.
Yeah,
What a
let's
bunch
go.
of fucking kids. You're
Get
a
up.
big
I would
baby,
leave.
you piece of trash.
I would leave.
Get the out of my way. Come on. And guess what? When we come back, don't touch my kid. Don't touch my baby.
Bye.
Let me excuse you. Hold
Bye.
this.
Go
Let me show you
away.
something.
Go home.
If
leave.
you want to make a complaint,
Bye.
We tried to make a complaint.
Bye.
We tried to make a complaint with you. So now what we gonna do about it? I tried to make the complaint, right? Hold this horse.
Step out in the hall.
I tried to make the complaint with you,
Step
right?
out in the hall right now.
Are you really trying to fight the cop right there? Bro, just tase this idiot, arrest him, and put him in jail. What are we doing? You go down to the police station, and you act like you a big man trying to fight a cop at the station. Bro, this is not Grand Theft Auto. You ain't about to walk up out of that station. They're not going to let you walk out of that station. There will be a nationwide manhunt for you, and it won't matter what color you are.
Don't touch me. You can't
His stupidity on this guy is abysmal.
Don't touch me. Put your hands behind your back. Don't touch me. I tried to make my complaint.
Yep, tase him. Tase him. Tase him. Tase him.
I tried to make my complaint.
That was bad.
I was really hoping that he'd tase him, bro.
I said, get your hands off me. Whoa.
Get down on the ground.
Excuse me, what the?
Get out. Bro, we fight like a bitch. Fight like a bitch. Tase him! Taser! We got one! Tase, bitch! Taser! We got us a tasey, boys! Yo! We got one! Hey, we got one, mother. Oh, we got screams too. Oh, we might get a bingo. Hold on. Got pepper spray. Yo! Oh, what happened? That's right. That's right, boy. Now you know what it's like. Tase him! Hit him again! Give him the zap! Tase him! Oh! We got another one! That's double tase! I hear it! I hear it! Yo! Oh, yo, W cops.
Stop! Tase you again!
Stop resisting!
Tase her! Everyone gets tased! Welcome to the Taser Show! It's like the Oprah Show, it's just everyone gets tased instead.
Let me off this truck! You wanna taste my girl, you motherfucker! You wanna taste my girl! You wanna taste my girl!
Cry harder. Cry harder. Maybe it would have changed the outcome. Oh, wait, it didn't. To jail! To jail!
Yep, we'll roll you over. Ma'am, what's your name?
Get the f*** away!
We'll sit you up.
Oh, cry about it. Well, what, you can't go to a police station and act like a little bitch? Well, cry about it. They told you to leave so many times.
Step on my shoes again. Step on them again. You're a racist.
Oh, man, stop talking shit. You're an idiot. You're a loser baby bitch with a loser baby life, and you've got nothing to show for it. So you're down at the police station causing problems because you're trying to get a cop out and money. That's all you want. You're a racist piece of shit. Shut up. Oh, I'm still acting tough even though I got tased and pissed myself. Man, fuck off.
You're a racist motherfucker. You know that? You're one racist motherfucker.
Says the black guy using racism quite a bit.
Body camera here somewhere.
Get off of me!
I love how putting up a stop sign and giving somebody a warning for flying through the stop sign is racist. Like, what the fuck?
For what?
He was under arrest.
Well, they stopped him because he's black. Well, you don't know that. You don't even know how many other people got stopped at the stop sign. You know why? Because he walked his ass in his house whenever he got home. That's why. Cop stopped him, detained him to tell him not to do it again. Didn't even get a ticket. But now he's got some real charges because he's a dumbass. That's what you get, stupid.
You swung at him!
I didn't swing at him.
You know what? I wish that the cop did because he started it. You should be able to defend yourself. You should. He started swinging on the cop first. That's exactly what happened.
My girl's getting up in there by your bitch.
Hey, look at all this. Like, look.
Boy, I'm going to the new.
Look, watch. Look here. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that nonsense. Look at all that. Yep. Look at all that.
To make my complaint. Come on.
Trying to sit there and swing on him, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
See my hands? I have internal injuries right now. I cannot feel my.
Oh, shut up.
Knees, my ribs hurt, and my wrist hurt. Okay. My head hurt, my neck hurt, and I feel like
yeah, all that stuff hurts because you're sitting there trying to lash out against police. See, the problem is that this dude's not only racist, he got a problem with authority. You go to a police station and fuck around, you gonna find out big time. You gonna find out what it's like to lose the whole ability to use your limbs. You gonna be sitting there going like this.
What is wrong with you?
Will you talk to me?
Oh, shut up, lady.
Do you want us to talk with
What's wrong with you? How dare you tase somebody for them trying to attack you? Oh, cry harder.
Under arrest for
Cry harder.
battery to a police
No one
officer.
cares.
You can go.
Disorderly conduct and resisting arrest.
We came in here to make a formal complaint and you refused.
Yeah, and you both acted like assholes and you're racist. So, well, not you, but he is. He's obviously racist, so.
To take our complaint because the police are harassing us. They're coming to our block and they are arresting D'Angelo in the middle of the night in front of
No, they're not.
our house. And we came here to make a complaint about it and you are refusing to take our complaint. You turned off the light.
If he was arrested, he would have had an arrest, not a detainment. See, I guarantee you what happened is they went to their lawyer or a lawyer and they told the lawyer a whole bunch of bullshit that never happened. The body cam's going to be played in court and they're going to be liable for all the lawyer fees. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen here. Like, if they had not gotten arrested right here, that's exactly what would have happened.
In the office and asked us to leave. This is insane. And when we weren't going to leave, he put his hand.
No, you didn't, bro. Your guy was taking off his clothes. He was putting his cell phone on the ground, acting like he was going to throw hands with the cop. And the cop immediately said, "Nah, not today, man." And now he's going to jail because he's an idiot.
On D'Angelo and then arrested
You played the stupid game and won the stupid prize. Congratulations, you're stupid.
him. This is insane. What is wrong with you people?
I wasn't here for that whole thing, and you know that.
You are.
She needs to go to a mental institution, and he needs to go to jail they both need to go there. She needs to go to a mental institution. He needs to go to jail, and they both need to go there forever. Plain and simple. Could have been a white dude. I don't give a shit. You can't go into a police station to cause problems like this and not expect repercussions. Like, no exception. If you're willing to do that inside of a police station, I don't want to imagine what it's like working with that individual. You went into a police station and caused this incident. The people like this shouldn't be out in public. Because I don't even want to imagine what they're doing in public.
Out of control. You people are out of control.
Yeah,
Okay, we're listening.
I bet.
But you need to...
Remember, it's not the prior 50 boyfriends that she was with. I mean, it's every boyfriend she's ever been with. It's their fault. It has nothing to do with the person in the mirror. Remember that.
Big deep breath, okay?
No,
Before
this
you
is
pass out.
insane.
You know my family is, you dumbass? It's literally half of the Packers. I just moved my cousin Jones out of here.
Okay, congratulations. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna march your cousins down here to the police station so they can get tased and arrested too? Like, how are you gonna use outside threats to threaten a police station, bro? It's a police station. If you sit there and try to besiege a police station, they're just gonna arrest everybody.
You still been
It's just so stupid, man. W body cams, bro. Body cams have been a blessing from the BLM movements or riots. There were riots. There were riots over an idiot, by the way. Like, seriously.
Oh, bro, you're done.
So where is D'Angelo? What did you do with him?
He's probably gonna be in a jail cell next to you, stupid.
Going to jail also.
For what?
Is D'Angelo the gentleman?
Yes, for what?
For the same thing.
For what? I didn't do anything wrong. Nothing at all. Where's it at? Oh, what do we got? We got a Karen. We didn't get the one that says that they didn't do anything, right? That's unfortunate.
Fight an officer.
He did not just fight an officer.
He just did. I mean, it's on camera. I mean, you can deny it all you want, but obviously you're fucking stupid. I mean, it's right here. He was like trying to arrest him, and then the dude immediately freaked out and started swinging on the cop, right? Like, see, they're trying to get you out for like the 50th time. They told you to leave, and you didn't. And then like right here, when he started taking his clothes off to try and fight the cop, right? Like he was taking off a jacket to fight somebody. He started getting arrested, and then like right here, whenever he started resisting arrest, and then like swung on the cop like that. You know, that part that was recorded by digital camera that you know shows him swinging and trying to strike police officers that got him tased. Yeah, that's the reason why he's going to go to jail, probably, hopefully, for a very long time.
Complaint and you wouldn't take our formal complaint and
you know why? Because he was being a racist asshole. That's why. No one wants to talk to somebody that's an asshole. Or racist, for that matter, right?
Arrested him for not leaving after trying to make a complaint. What is wrong with you?
That's why he took his shirt off. Obviously, he's trying to throw hands. Anybody that knows somebody that does that, that's exactly what they're doing. It's like the common sign for PvP. Like, you're flagging up for PvP when you throw your shirt behind you like that. Everybody knows that. Don't even try. And then he did it. He actually started swinging on him. So, like, then he got tased because he's stupid.
He got arrested.
Not take his shirt off to fight.
That's out in the hall right now.
Because I want, don't touch me.
What's that?
His work vest from the city dump we just came from? Because you were trying, because you...
Like I said, he has a shit life and he's trying to get money to get out of it. That's exactly what it is. Never seen his video before my entire life. Bro working at the city dump. Now, based on what that sounds like a shitty job.
You tried to shut the door on me and put your hands on me. Yes, he did. Because you tried to...
Oh, get angrier. Maybe someone will give a shit, lady. I look forward to watching these two
touch me.
Come on.
I didn't try to touch you.
It doesn't matter if he tried to touch you or not. He asked you multiple times to leave the premises. They tried to... Even if they, at that point, decided to forcibly remove you and you fought back, then you're now arrested. You have went from being detained to being arrested for assault on an LEO. Congratulations.
It's a good thing that I was recording since
you're moving up in the world.
Memories work around here.
I just got here.
I understand and I appreciate you being patient and helping
You're
me.
right.
These
when
people
he was
are
getting arrested
insane.
and you started walking back in, I tried to shut the door.
Yes, you did. On me.
Because you were not going to get into that. I attempted so you wouldn't get into this situation.
And I was not about to let you put him behind closed doors.
Okay, well, then there it is.
Without me there, because every time that
but me and you and the racism that's going on at the report. You mean the body cams? What about the body cams that are showing everything? Dude, the body cams have completely decimated these idiots. It has one-shot all of these morons. Now they both have criminal records. The lawyer's going to take one look at this body cam footage and be like, nah, I'm good. And it's going to be, it's done for them. Like, BLM has given us one of the most amazing things in this country, body cams. Mass police body cams. And it has one-shot all of these idiot movements.
It happens, something like this happens. The second that we're separated, you attack him, which is
bro,
exactly what
you flagged up with a level 1 Gyarados, or a level 1 Magikarp, right? To like an ice, and like a level 50 ice Pokemon. You just got one shot.
On September 11th, when he left his house,
This is the body cam. This doesn't even include all of the other footage throughout the entire station. Doesn't like every one of those investigation rooms have like cameras? Like, holy shit, how stupid can you be to really think this was gonna work out?
in the middle of the night, and he got arrested in our fucking driveway for leaving the house. You're now trying to make a complaint about it, and you people are treating us like we're.
Because you're acting like fucking animals. Don't act like a fucking animal. You won't get treated like one, dipshit. Big fucking surprise if you act like a civil human being, you get treated like a civil human being. You act like a 5-year-old jumping up and down and fighting people, you get treated like that.
I can't take this!
Well, you're gonna have to take it. That's all there is to it. You go somewhere and act like a fool, you cooked. I'm waiting for her to call mommy. I'm waiting for her to be like, I need to call my mommy.
I'm pressing charges. You can say.
You can say whatever you want, dumbass. Do whatever you want. You're still going to jail. No lawyer's gonna pick this up. You're an idiot. Shut up. You're a racist asshole that's about to go to jail.
You can say I resisted. You can say all of it. But guess what? It's going to be you and me in court.
Can we pull the probes out? Are you good with that?
I'm not moving nowhere.
No, I know. We're going to pull the probes out.
We're just telling you what we're doing before we do it.
Okay, can we stand up? He'll grab all your stuff. I take it that's his vest.
Now that the adrenaline's come down a little bit, do you need rescue?
Can you sit over in that chair?
Heard it all.
This can't be funny.
Let me go find out what's going on, okay?
So it sounds like you and your boyfriend came in to make a complaint because he supposedly ran a stop sign.
This has been ongoing. You don't understand. This has been going on the whole time that D'Angelo has lived here. And we're coming here today to make a complaint specifically about the fact that they are.
You know how you make a complaint? Whenever you go to a police station that's professional like that, if you've ever sat down inside of a fire station or a police station, it's a very professional environment. Don't act like a child that just walked off the street. Speak normally. Speak in plain English, don't use foul language. Most businesses in the world won't accept that. Big surprise, if you walk into the pharmacist and you tell the pharmacist to go fuck themselves, they're probably going to have you removed from the property. It's a business, bro. What you doing?
Arrested him on 9/11 after a cop was stalking our house. He was sitting in front of our house in the middle of the night, and D'Angelo left the driveway, and he turned onto our street.
Well, there it is. Then he ran the stop sign. He turned onto the street, which implies that he ran the stop sign. And they said the chief looked at the body cam, and if the body cam shows him and the dash cam shows him running the stop sign, well, guess what? That's probably why they put the cop there to begin with, is because they was going to put a stop sign there, and they wanted people to treat it like it was a stop. That's why they was handing out warnings. I guarantee he was acting like a fool the first time they stopped him, too.
Over and said that he ran a stop sign. There is no stop sign. And then he proceeded
Well, there is one now.
to arrest him after D'Angelo said there's no stop sign there.
Did D'Angelo?
And there's a whole, I have a
Were you
whole
in
video.
the car with him when he got pulled?
No, I was asleep in bed and I heard him scream.
Oh, she heard him screaming. Huh. You know, I'm starting to see a repeat pattern here, huh? Anybody else starting to think that maybe I'm onto something with this guy? It seems to me like he's problematic.
Outside for help.
Okay.
Come on, bro. You're a liar and you're a dick. And you notice I'm not saying that to nobody else but you. So clearly it's a problem with you because you're not doing your job right.
Okay. You guys got him?
Yep. Yeah, they got me.
This isn't even the first complaint or the second complaint or the third complaint about Ashwaubenon. They have been harassing D'Angelo ever since I've known him and before I've even known him. This isn't acceptable. None of this is acceptable. The fact that I am in handcuffs is unacceptable. The fact that D'Angelo is in handcuffs is unacceptable. All we wanted to do was come in here and make a complaint.
Well, yeah, and if the police say that that's not really possible, instead of sitting there causing a scene and lying, which is probably what you did, because the lawyer probably told you they weren't going to have much of a case there, that what you can do is go down to the police station and file a formal complaint. But the thing is like, The police were already onto you. He's probably a problematic person with a history of arrests, based on what she's saying and based on what I've kind of heard throughout this entire video. It seems kind of like he's a problematic individual, regardless of his skin color. And it seems to me like it's kind of catching up with him, huh? Maybe you shouldn't be with him.
About the harassment.
I'm coming back up here, and I'm handling this.
Car, okay?
I'm coming back up
I'm
here.
fixing your car.
You're not going anywhere. You already gonna be up here. You can call the lawyer up there. Yeah, you could just call the lawyer. They'll come to you.
I know. I'm gonna be back in the situation again. I'm letting y'all know that now. Okay. And please arrest me, take me to jail, because as soon as I get released, I'm coming back.
All right, have a seat.
But never see. I know you're frustrated, but going about it this way is not helping.
That's okay.
It's only going to dig you a hole.
Brother, I was out. I left my house and got in the car.
So you're gonna go to jail
For disorderly conduct, resisting, and battery to an officer.
Why? What did I do to deserve those charges? Tell me what I did to deserve those charges. I've never been arrested before in my entire fucking life.
He was being arrested, and you interfered with that arrest. You can't do that. If you would have stood there doing nothing.
You stood there and do nothing while you do that to him?
While he's being arrested for trying to assault an LEO? Yeah. I don't know where you guys seem to get this mentality where you can just fight the police in the street, but if you try to swing on a cop, they're going to arrest you, and they're going to put you in jail, and then you're going to have to take it up in court, and everything that led up to that is going to be thrown out if they were actually in the right. Like, if a cop unlawfully detains you, and then you start swinging on the cop, the issue is that they're going to throw the before that out of the out, and they're going to only go with the after. How you reacted.
While you both attack him and put him in cuffs for no reason and tase him for no
Attack him? He's the one that threw off his shirt to fight.
reason. You're kidding.
You're never going to reason with somebody like this, by the way. What you do is you disenfranchise them, you take away their ability to vote, you put them in jail for the rest of their lives, or preferably a labor camp where they can go and make big rocks into little rocks. That's what you do with people like this. You're never going to reason with somebody that's acting like this. You're not going to magically make them come to the conclusion that what they were doing is wrong. Even now, she's being so combative. You can't even put one word in. You don't reason with somebody like this. You just put them in a place where they can be safe. That's what you do. You put them somewhere where they don't hurt themselves or anybody else.
Wife was being treated like that. Do you think that you would stand there and do nothing? You'd stand there and do nothing.
You know what you do? You just don't act like the man did in this video. You just be reasonable, you be coherent, and you don't be an ass. That's what you do. You go about it in a professional manner, like everyday life. You wouldn't walk into a job interview and act like that. Why would you do it at a police station?
That's where we're at right now.
What is wrong with you?
You will have a court date to explain your side of
What
the
is
story.
wrong with you?
Okay?
That's right.
Go ahead and stand up.
He thinks that by complaining, they're just going to magically let them go. It's not going to happen. Y'all are in a lot of trouble now. A lot of trouble.
That's fine. Yeah. I'll take them. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I have no idea what's going on, so bear with me, okay? I was just called here. I have no idea. I was here in custody because of whatever reason, and now I'm going to take you out to Aurora. Is that okay?
Yes.
To get medically checked out, and then we'll just figure. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Police reports indicate on the night D'Angelo was pulled over, there actually was a valid reason for it that had nothing to do with a stop sign. That night, D'Angelo reportedly stopped in the middle of the road for about 20 seconds with an officer behind him in traffic, which...
Well, look at that. Well, look at that, guys. Well, look at that. The police were doing their job and they had to deal with two schizos. Like I said, you put them in jail, you put them in the Happy Hotel, and you keep them there, right? You keep them separated, you keep them there for the rest of their lives. You take away any ability that they have to go out and hurt anybody else, and themselves, for that matter, and you keep them there, right? That's what you do.
Warranted the traffic stop. During the commotion in the lobby, seen in the body cam footage, the village clerk, who was on the other side of the building, heard the commotion and activated the panic alarm, putting the entire village hall into lockdown. According to court records, D'Angelo was charged with disorderly conduct and resisting obstructing. His case is ongoing, and he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court.
Well, he did it. It's all over the cameras.
His
It's all over the
girlfriend,
camera.
Halsey, was charged with felony. battery to a law enforcement officer, resisting obstructing disorderly
Damn, you shouldn't have done it, huh? 2
conduct,
felonies.
and felony resisting causing substantial bodily harm or soft tissue injury. She
Oof.
took a plea deal, pleading no contest to resisting obstructing and disorderly conduct, while the other charges were dismissed. She was ordered to pay $1,190
Ooh, shit. Oh,
in court costs and fines, and was released back into the public.
Yo.
She had every right to criticize the
Damn, so he's still in jail. I wonder if he's calmed down since then, huh?
police department and to request a formal
How
investigation.
much you want to make a bet he's not with her anymore? She probably got released and was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not getting involved with that. Because he lied. He lied to everybody. He lied to her about the reason for the stop. He lied to the lawyer about the reason for the stop. He lied to the cops for the reason for the stop. He lied to everybody under the sun.
Hey,
And now she got to pay it that. Ooh.
I am the lead attorney, offering a little legal perspective with our friends over at Midwest Safety. He did not, however, possess an unlimited right to use increasingly aggressive profanity,
Obviously.
threaten these officers, and to scream at the top of his lungs about racial retaliation or whatever else. The suspect's girlfriend...
That's the kind of stuff that you use. Look here. If it were that, you don't just go into a police station and say that, right? You do that behind closed doors before you get to the lawyer, and you don't use profanity. You use a very professional way of talking. It has to be done a certain way, because if you don't, you just sound like a racist asshole. Plain and simple.
Here was making those same mistakes. You can verbally object, you can record the officers with your phone from a safe distance, you can even call your lawyer. Don't call me. What you cannot do, though, is physically step in and attempt to stop an arrest simply because you feel like it's unfair. Just make the complaint, preserve the evidence,
And fight it in court. Live today, fight tomorrow. If an officer pulls you over for no reason, immediately detains you for no reason, puts you in the back of their car for no reason, do it. Take it up with the lawyer afterwards. Do not try to fight the cops. They are trying to find something. You will give them that if you try to fight them. Stop it.
fight it out in court.
Exactly.
Not in the city hall lobby.
Exactly. W Midwest Safety. All right, y'all. W stream. Make sure y'all like, comment, leave likes on other comments, hype the videos. Please hype the videos. You can hype up 3 times a week. It helps out with those views, gets more people up in here. Some people stick around for the videos. Some people stick around for the streams. Try joining the Discord if you're at either. You know what I'm saying? W chat, W stream. I will see you awesome peeps. Let me get the music going. Hold on. Let me get that music going. Yeah.
I don't ever slow up.
W chat, W stream, another great stream. Let me check out that other guy that was in here. I kind of wonder if we can't react to him. What's up to this guy? Maybe we react to him sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes. W chat, W stream. Y'all are awesome. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe, stay friendly, stay away from crazy people. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Try to put sponsor on space about change all day, their whole life. You never know. W chat, thank you so much for being here, y'all. Thanks so much for viewing the videos. I love having y'all. Please keep showing up, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Thank you so much, guys.
To fight, to die on, and this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name.